I see the usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
And Dennis in Sunset says groove is not in his heart. Well, Dennis.
Oh.
I don't know where your groove is.
Plaque. Plaque is in his heart,
that's...
unfortunately. It's really...
You get groove in your heart, though. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. Delight.
Why, Kerry Jackson?
Because. Oh, it was me.
Yeah.
On this day.
I picked Iron Maiden. You picked that.
And guess which was the better choice?
On this day in 1990, Delight released their debut studio album, World Click, featuring Power of Love, ESP, and Grooves in the Heart.
Lady Kier?
Lady Miss. Isn't it Lady Miss Kier?
It's, yeah, Lady Miss Kier. And the DJ, that's he's from Ukraine in that band. And that was their hit.
That was it.
I think that was it. And you watch the video, it's groovy.
I actually just tweeted it because it's got Bootsy Collins in it, which I love.
It's about as groovy as you could possibly be, with psychedelic backgrounds and really funny clothes. And it's a lovely song, really.
It is.
It's
always
good.
filled the dance floor when I played it.
Oh yeah. Yep. And it's too bad that it was it said it was an immediate smash in nightclubs. Went on to become #1 on the U.S. Hot Dance Club Play Chart. And but they just didn't do anything much else. It's a shame because they showed some talent there, didn't they?
I mean, because it's not just anybody in Iron Maiden's birthday.
That's true. That's true.
It's just who?
It's Bruce Dickinson's birthday.
Oh, Mr. Iron Maiden.
On this day in 1958. Singer, songwriter, entrepreneur, airline pilot.
Where is he from? Is he American?
No, he's British.
British.
Harry, you started this. You got to go to the hook. I'm not letting you.
Okay. I mean, this is farting around after all. So here we go.
His website is screamforme.com.
See that this is one of the bands Tenacious D was making fun of.
Yeah.
No, honoring, Kerry.
Honoring.
Tribute.
That's right. Yeah,
Honoring.
No.
Jack Black would be upset with you.
He would be, yes. Absolutely.
By the way, to go back to Lady Miss Kier, she's she doesn't do music much anymore. She's 60. She designs and sells clothing, and if you go to her website, ladykier.com, and see the clothes, if you want to look stupid, buy some of her clothes.
Does it look like her groove is in the heart era?
Some of it. And some of it's like T-shirts that say, like a T-shirt that says, "What is love?" on the front of it.
Well, that's nice.
Isn't it? Yeah, lady.
She actually looks pretty good. I mean, I don't know how old the pictures are on her website, but for 60, she's looking.
Yeah,
she's looking.
She's
good.
hanging in.
Yeah.
She was always pretty fine looking.
It's 666, the number of the beast. It's music to scare parents in the 70s.
And in '89, he did a solo thing.
No, don't do that.
I actually kind of liked.
Oh,
this
really?
Song. This song.
Just
Just this song. Just this song.
I should have run to my desk and got my Carrie periodic, because my husband loves Iron Maiden.
Yes.
Carrie periodically will pick me up Iron Maiden toys
Stuff.
and
Not anymore.
not anymore. But now you would take a picture of it if you
Yeah.
saw it. But
No,
of course, my husband's favorite is Power Slave, the album cover for Power Slave, because it's the Egyptian. And Carrie had a Funko Pop.
Why
of
is it
Power
Egyptian? Why is it Egyptian?
there's like the Sphinx and pyramids and.
Well, no, I know that, but why? Why is it an Egyptian motif?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. There's nothing in particular on the album that's Egyptian. It's just
look cool.
Yeah, that's as much thought as went into it.
That's as much thought as went into it.
And pyramids are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Put them on the album, okay?
That's a good one. That looks pretty cool. Yeah.
I think most of these pictures of Lady Miss Kier on her website are old pictures.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm going to look up current photo.
Mm-hmm.
Current pic.
Yeah, these are
Lady Miss Kier. Let's see.
And?
I mean, they're the pictures from her website.
Mm-hmm.
She's wearing a wig, obviously, but I think.
Well, she wore a wig back then.
Yeah.
You know why? She had no hair.
She's
she's
taking
all right.
care of herself.
She's all
How
right.
about that?
Yeah, she's all right. So there you go. Love is in the heart.
Groove is in.
Our groove is in the heart, and Bootsy Collins is in there.
Is this another?
There's another one from.
I couldn't name another D-Light
album.
song. I mean, this sounds like club music.
Yeah, it is. Here, let me get into it.
Yeah, get on with it.
Yeah, get on with it.
They give you all that extra stuff so you can mix.
Oh yeah.
You know.
This is just background mixing music.
Yeah.
It's fine, but
Yeah.
there you go.
Lovely, delectable, divine. How do you say? Gorgeous. Deal with it.
I feel like I'm at the Pride Parade.
Yeah, there's no.
Oh, there we go.
What?
What's that? I like that.
You'll like it for a second.
Oh, I like it.
It's the D-Light theme, it says here.
I'd like you to mix this with Iron Maiden.
I like it.
Yeah, they really never had another big song though. Jump. Yeah, that, as a matter of fact, I think they were playing that track on the float right in front of us while we were waiting in the Pride Parade.
Pride Parade.
Yeah, I think they were playing that particular track.
Probably. All right. Well, there you go.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
Okay, we'll take a break here, and then we'll come back, and you can check in with us. 877-602-9696. That's the number to call. Check in with us. We like to hear from you on the telephone in the morning. So do that, 877-602-9696. You can also text us if you have a mind to do that. It's 33986.
American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
It is that time of the year again. I don't know how many years in a row I've done this, but it's always my privilege to be a part.
September is approaching.
Yeah,
I can feel it.
Yeah, coming up. 2024 Out of the Darkness Walk. It's the first, well, it's Saturday, September 7th, so I think that's the first Saturday in the month. On-site registration starts at 9 a.m. It's out at Veterans Memorial Park in West Jordan. Now, if you want to register online, do it right now. It's afsp.org/SLC. You know, suicide prevention starts with us. And the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention's Utah chapter wants you to join with us in the Out of the Darkness Walk, Saturday, September 7th, Veterans Memorial Park in West Jordan. Suicide has affected far too many of us and those we love. It's almost everybody listening probably has had some experience with that. So afsp.org/SLC. As David Bowie once sang, the shrieking of nothing is killing. But here's another edition of Beat Gina anyway. I'm Johnny Ola, Beat Gina booth announcer. Don't miss the ABC After School Special this afternoon at 4 on Channel 2. Okay. Moving into a new neighborhood is always difficult. For Hollis, it's twice as hard because his not-so-welcoming committee is the neighborhood gang, the Horrible Honchos. The Honchos make it their business to torment and bully the new kid on their 17th Street turf. Starring Kim Richards as Minnow and Christian Jutner as Hollis. Make sure you watch this afternoon school special with your kids. The Horrible Honchos, today at 4 p.m., brought to you by General Foods and M&M Mars. And now, here's a man who's not horrible, but he is our honcho, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
Professional game show announcer.
That's me, baby.
All right, the randomizer has picked your contestant, Gina. You'll be playing against Candace today.
Hi, Candace.
Candace, are you there?
Yeah.
All right, Candace, get ready to play. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game. Let's see how you do. Heads or tails, Candace?
Heads.
Coin toss app says tails.
Oh, Candace, you're one step further away from winning these tickets to see Noah Kahan live at USANA on July 9th.
Okay, so if Gina beats you, what are you prepared to do in her name?
Donate to the Arthritis Foundation. I have 2 kiddos with juvenile arthritis.
Oh, okay. Well, Candace.
Thank you.
All right. Gina will go first. It's Elton John trivia.
All right.
Because on this day, in 1979, Elton John, sick with the flu, collapsed in the Hollywood Universal Amphitheater.
Oh,
so that's
no.
why Nick,
Johnny, were you there?
Is he all right?
Nick decided that's why we should do Elton John trivia. And so thank you for that, Nick. All right. So the first question goes to Gina. She gets to answer it. It's multiple choice. If she answers it correctly, she gets the point. If not, Candace, I'll come to you and let you steal the point away from Gina answering it correctly. We'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. First question, Gina.
Okay.
Elton John's hit Saturday Night's All Right for Fightin'
Yes.
was first released on which album? Is it 1, Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player? 2, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road? 3, Music to Make Love to Your Old Lady by? Or 4, Pasture of Muppets?
Did you come up with that?
No.
No.
These
You are not allowed to question the host.
Gina,
These are not the rules.
These could be all real.
Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road.
That is correct.
Gina
I
got
have
a
that
point.
on vinyl right over there. So, all right.
It's Candace's turn now.
Candace, before going solo, Elton was in a band. Did you know that?
I did not.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
about that. What was the name of Elton's band? Was it 1, Bluesology? Was it 2, Funkology? Was it 3, the John Denver School of Flightology? Or 4, you didn't, okay.
Yeah.
4, Gee Whizology?
Bluesology?
Bluesology is
Yes,
correct.
good answer. No, it's 1-1. Gina's turn.
Gina,
Yes.
what was Elton John's first UK #1 single?
Okay.
In the UK. Is it 1, Don't Go Breaking My Heart? Was it 2, The Number of the Beef?
I don't know what's funny about that.
I don't know.
It was a very serious song.
Was it 3, Don't Let the Sun Go Down? Or 4, House of the Rising Son of a Bitch?
Oh, that's a trick one right there. Don't let the sun go down on. No?
Really? Well,
Really?
how about that?
Candace, this is a perfect
Candace.
opportunity for you.
Yeah.
Don't Go Breaking My Heart?
Don't Go Breaking My Heart,
That
which
was
he
his
did
first
with
#1
with
in the
Susie
UK.
Quattro, who's very popular in the UK.
That's 2-1 for Candace, and Candace controls the question. This could be the game.
Candace, which of these songs from The Lion King did Elton compose? Which of these songs from The Lion King did Elton compose? Was it 1, Weasels Ripped My Flesh? 2, Circle of Life? 3, Under the Stars? Or 4, Pleased to Eat You?
Circle of Life.
Circle of Life.
And Candace wins the game. And Weasels Ripped My Flesh is a very fine album by Frank Zappa.
Yes.
All right, Candace,
Wow.
congratulations. You're going to see who, Gina?
Noah Kahan
Yeah,
live.
of course I know a Kahan.
Live at USANA, July 9th. Tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m.
Listen, my mother said I've got to get some things done, so if Major Tom comes around looking for me, you haven't seen me.
All right. Well, Candace, hang on the line, and we'll get that information from you. Stand by. All right, 6:22. Let's get this over with.
I see Tricia is hanging on there. Hang on the phone there for just a second more, Tricia. We'll get to you. There are a couple of lines open. 877-602-9696 is the number. Let's officially begin the program because I'm anxious to talk to Tricia.
Elevate your mornings with Radio from Hell on X96. They'll have you filled in on all things Salt Lake City, what's trending, entertainment, all the chaos in their lives.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sounds great. I'm going to tune into them.
That sounds
Wait
like
a
a
minute.
radio morning show.
Weren't they fired a long time ago?
Radio from Hell?
Yeah.
No, we're still here.
Oh. All right, here we go. The moon is a waxing crescent moon, 8.6% of full. It's on its way to being a full moon August 19th. The moon will rise today at 9:34 a.m. Today being, what is it, Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Wednesday, the 7th day of August in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2024. It's National Lighthouse Day.
I saw lighthouses in Maine.
Yeah. It's a particularly preposterous packaging day. Over packaging,
Yes.
incorrect branding, packaging that's not user friendly,
Yes.
all that. Raspberries and Cream Day, and it's Purple Heart Day.
Nice.
And this is the show that'll keep you filled with satisfaction when we're done, satisfaction of what's to come. It's Radio from Hell, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Kerry Jackson. I'm Bill Allred. That's Gina Barberi right over there. Katie for short is our fine producer. Macy is here.
It's Dawson.
Oh, Dawson is here today.
Hi, Dawson.
So that means we probably have two dogs in the studio.
Yes,
In the producer's
there we go.
booth.
Oh, Gus
There they
is
are.
here.
Gus, the soon-to-be giant dog.
He's grown in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Didn't I see him 2 weeks ago?
He's going to be huge.
Holy cow.
Yeah, he's going to be really big. Dawson's got him wearing a brassiere or something.
That's
I don't
a
know.
harness.
You use them like luggage, just pick
You
them up.
can pick him up. It's like a handle or something.
Yeah.
All right. Let's check-ins.
Tricia.
Tricia, good morning. You're in Salt Lake, I see.
Oh, I can't.
Tricia?
Good morning, Lord.
There's
Oh, hi
Tricia.
there.
There's
Hi.
Tricia.
Hi,
There she
Tricia.
is.
What?
Okay.
Okay, Tricia, what's up?
Hey, I wanted to tell Gina, there's two ways that you can video call your son. I am a fellow Androidian, so there we go. If you have Messenger, you can video call on Messenger.
Okay.
And there's also an app called Duo. My husband travels, and that's the only way my kids can talk to him.
Duo. Okay, I'll look for that.
Yeah.
I
you go.
thank you for your help.
There
Tricia.
are always ways to do things, or almost always. Gina just never cares to suss them out.
If it's not a one button thing, I move on. But I want to keep in touch with my son, so I'll look into it.
It's easy, and it's easy as one button, Gina. You got this.
Okay, thanks, Tricia.
Is your son listed in
Have
the
a
book?
wonderful day, guys.
Thank you. You too.
Is he in the book?
In the phone book?
Yeah.
Yes.
What will he accept collect calls?
You want to call him?
Yeah.
Collect. Thanks,
Thanks,
Tricia.
Thanks, Trish.
Have a good day, guys.
You too.
All right. Well, let's
Hi.
that Dawn.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi, Don. Have you got some calling advice for Gina?
Yeah, don't head east on 201.
Oh.
I think people are starting to get the clue that you just go through.
Mm-hmm.
But what it does is it bypasses the bridge.
Yeah, there's a big.
So if once people get used to it being a freeway, it'll just flow. But right now it's a total mess.
Yeah, they're doing a big bridge reconstruction thing. Thanks for reminding me,
And I
Dawn.
noticed this morning they closed the other side, so be careful for that.
There you go.
All right. Thanks, Don. See ya.
That was helpful.
Don was being helpful.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice
Thank
of
you. Let's see. Trav the Trash Man. Iron Maiden. It's going to be a good day.
Yeah.
70s Gina? Question mark. Trav the Trash Man.
They were okay. They were bigger in the '80s, but they've been around since the '70s. Trav.
Mixer driver Shane checking in from beautiful Salem City, my hometown. Sketchy Blake of Ogden checking in.
My hometown.
What is Love is another D-Light song that wasn't bad. Well, it was okay. Yeah. Let's see. Ron the Carpenter has Groove in the Wooden Heart. Woodworker Willie delighted to get the groove in my heart this morning. Tree of Maine checking in. Love farting around. Great memories. Meshach of Erda checking in. Not sure how to start my day. Do I groove or hunt the beast? I'd say groove.
Yeah. That's why we decided on that one.
Sometimes I wish I was a one-hit wonder, just like D-Light. Better off than no-hit nothing. Whoa.
I'm a no-hit nothing.
Intern Damon looking for ska album recommendations for Ska-August.
Oh, is Ska-August a thing?
Sure.
It is now.
If we make it one. You can always go with the best of the specials. It's always easy to pick up Turn the Radio Off by Real Big Fish. The Best of Mustard Plug. All good places to start. And then go from there. Good morning, Radio from Hell. Right Wing Wade checking in from I-15.
Looking good there. Thanks, Wade.
All right. Johnny B checking in. Girlfriend and I are watching the old X-Files. I'm taking issue with recent episodes we watched and Scully's frequent referencing PET scans. She PET scanned a severed hand. There has to be a metabolic activity for a PET scan to work properly. Don't blame her. Blame the writers.
Yeah, she didn't know.
And just wait. Did you do the episode Family? Did you do that one yet?
Carrie, I have nightmares about that.
Is that one available? Because they made it unavailable for quite some time.
I think it's back available again.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're watching it. Where can you stream X-Files?
It's the one where they keep their mom under the bed.
They do.
It's awful.
Because she has
awful.
She has no arms and legs, and so they put her on one of those mechanic.
I love you, boys. I love you, boys.
Like one of those mechanic
like
things
she's
with
changing
wheels.
the oil in the
A creeper, they call it.
Creeper, yeah. April of American Fork checking in. Eric in from San Diego, finally up early enough to check in.
That's early in San Diego. Holy cow.
Perry City listener checking in. Radio from Hell was fired long ago, but they just keep showing up. Gina, my husband, is a huge Iron Maiden fan, and we are seeing them in October.
Oh, good for you.
Married to a man-child Mindy here. Good morning, Lords. Grateful to be working from home and in a lovely air-conditioned space. Stay cool. Good morning, all. Devin of Wasatch Back checking in. Bill, what does Buca de Beppo mean again?
It means the Buca of Beppo.
It means
It's
Joe's
small.
basement.
Yeah, Joe's basement or Joe's little hole.
Dan of Evanston checking in. Uber Ron.
Oh, happy birthday, Uberon.
Carrie, you never called about your water heater? Oh, this must be from
That's Sean.
Larson.
Sean.
Sean's always listening.
I got to talk to Sue about it first, and I've forgotten. I'm sorry, Sean. Nurse Mandy checking in. Electroshock therapy works. Many patients benefit, just FYI.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it in action.
Streetlight Manifesto for Skaugust. Yes, they are a good band. I slept through their set at the House of Blues.
Why did you sleep through it if they're good?
Sue and I were so drunk.
Oh, it's not.
We were
it's not a
so-
commentary on the
It
band.
shouldn't be slept. We passed out.
Oh, okay.
We did. Mike in Nashville checking in, covering for Zane. Have must goes. Email them to radiofromhell@x96.com.
Yes, we are doing things that must go today.
X-File streams on Hulu. Peacock Family Season 4, Episode 2, or Episode 3. Can't remember, but yes, it's on Hulu.
Season 4, Episode 2 or 3 is the...
and it's the Peacock Family.
and is it called Home?
It's called Home, it's called Home.
Yeah,
Home.
the episode is called Home.
And back to things that must go. We need your must goes.
Yes.
Radio from Hell at x96.com. Send them there, and Katie will print them off and bring them into us, and we will make everything go. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Don, for reminding me to remind you about this SR 201 traffic. This is for the next 5 months, by the way. Will be diverted to the on and off ramps at 32nd West. This is going to be an issue, like I said, for several months because they are replacing bridge decks. All east-west travel under SR 201 and 3200 West will also be prohibited. Drivers should expect delays of up to 30 minutes during commute time. So that's ongoing for you to keep in mind. No accidents being reported right now. If you see something, though, and want to let us know, you can text it to us, 33986.
All right. Thank you very much. Going to take a break. We'll be back after these messages and a song with Big Boy News. And Frank Christ presents. It's the Dead Celebrity Game. We'll explain how to play, what you'll win, all coming up.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
These are things that are bugging you. You dear friends of the program, you can't stand them anymore. They're in your life. You want them out of your life. They are things that must go. And so you say, I know what I'll do. I'll send my list of things that must go to Radio from Hell, and maybe it'll make me feel better if they read it on the air. And maybe, magically, these things will disappear from my life. Send them to Radio from Hell at x96.com. Put must go in the subject line, if you would, please, and maybe we'll get to yours on the air. I'll go first today. I have one of my own. People who say or use the word or do this, homeschool. Oh, yeah, we homeschool. My kids are homeschooled. I can almost always tell by the tone of their voice and how they say it what kind of people they are, and I don't care for them. Homeschool. We homeschool. Yeah. We're sort of better than you because, we homeschool.
You're not qualified. Your kids are going to be dumb.
All right. This one says, I have two things that must go. First, mattresses, especially queen or king heavy mattresses that don't have handles on the side.
Yes, they
It's
should.
really hard to move these heavy mattresses by just squeezing on them. It seems like they could easily put handles on the side to facilitate moving. Sure. And the other thing that must go are the warranties on carpets with Scotch Guard that guarantee they won't stain. I have found that these are worthless. We recently laid new carpet, and when we were gone on vacation, there was a leak around the skylight that stained the carpet, which had never been walked on. We have tried to get it out, including using a professional carpet cleaner. When we contacted the carpet company, they said, well, that's not covered. The warranties are worthless. They're worthless. The last time we had laid carpet in our living room, the warranty covered everything except bill stains from animals. I don't know what that means. And everything else was covered. Let's see. This one says, hello, lords and lady. Mitch, the finance guy here with a few things that must go. I'm a diabetic. I use Mounjaro for my diabetes and weight loss. I was at 462 pounds a year ago.
Wow.
And I've lost almost 100 pounds since that. The thing that must go is the shortage of Mounjaro. I've been waiting for almost 2 months for my supply. I've done my best to keep my blood sugar down and watch what I'm eating. My body's been having a hard time adjusting without it. I understand that drugs like that and Ozempic are having issues keeping up with mass demands, but please, I need my Mounjaro. This week, I barely got some Mounjaro pens, and my body is trying to get back to the use of it. And some side effects are sulfur burps and diarrhea and nausea. And that's another thing that must go is the side effects. Nothing ruins a nice kiss for my wife with a sulfur burp showing up unexpectedly. This is more information than we need. Thanks for letting me listen. This one says, teachers who think punishment is a good way of fixing things must go. And this one says, Bill talking about Tom Cruise and Magnolias. I don't recall doing that.
Yeah, you've mentioned you like Tom Cruise and Magnolia.
And yeah. I'm sorry, I was thinking of a different movie. I was thinking of Steel Magnolias. Yeah. Tom Cruise in Magnolia, and me deciding to watch it at 9 p.m. must go. It's a long-ass movie, Bill. It is long, yes. All right. Kerry?
You set aside time for that one. Let's see. This one from the foot of Mount Doom. You know those half bathrooms?
Yeah.
Bath towel racks in half bathrooms.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't need that.
That's too much towel for just washing your hands.
Hand towel. Just a hand.
Get some art in there and just a hand towel rack. You
Yeah.
don't need the whole in there. Also, the ceramics at Color Me Mine not grouped according to skill/difficulty. What? This is Sue.
No, this makes sense. I get
I
it.
had no business painting that flower pot I picked. It was too hard. I only had 2 hours to paint. Needless to say, it looked sloppy and like a toddler did it. I wondered why you didn't bring it home, huh? And the weird moment when you know you're in a different time zone, but you're on a road trip and you didn't see the clock on your phone or car switch. Mm-hmm. See, now you can't remember if you're in the old time zone or the new time zone. Anyway, this one from, let's see, Annie. Falling to sleep fast and sleeping like a log until 3 a.m. must go. Dreaming you're awake, dealing with stressful situations must go. Yeah. Waking up every 45 minutes must go. Night sweats must go. Seriously, I've never been happier. Maybe sleep disruptions from being postmenopausal. Shout go. Also, Trump. There we go. Zane, I have one thing that must go. I have a good working lawnmower. However, it's got one wheel that keeps falling off. It's hard to mow the lawn with 3 wheels. Let's see. This one from Please Don't Use My Name. I'm a rideshare driver, and I drive an electric vehicle. And people automatically assume the dumbest things about electric vehicles and provide their opinion or beliefs without knowing any facts about them, such as, how do you drive your Uber when you have to charge 4 times a day? Wrong. Maybe in 7 to 8 hours of driving around the city, I might charge once. Don't you feel bad that your car will eventually contaminate more than the average combustion car when the battery is gone and you have to spend another $30,000? These EV batteries, they go as high as 300,000 miles plus. I don't know what you're talking about. Lastly, pick up your garbage when you leave my car. All right. And finally, this from Cheryl. One-ply toilet paper. What is the point?
There is no point. You end up using more anyway. You're not saving toilet paper.
Gina?
A couple of mine. This morning, I heard a sports report. Someone clinches a win. You don't clench a win.
I clenched a win.
You clinch it with an I.
Oh, God.
And also, I live in a neighborhood that has really nice brick Tudor homes, old Tudor homes. Yeah. And people keep buying them and painting the brick white. Stop doing that.
Ooh.
It looks terrible. Let's see. This from, our old intern Damon. Things that must go. A couple of quick things. First, Gina, who paid money more than once to see Guns N' Roses, railing against Madonna for her late show starts. I know, it's the same thing. Landlords who let the mail from multiple unoccupied properties build up, write return to sender on all of it and dump it in a collection box. All that mail gets sorted as outbound mail, and the sorting machine can't tell it's supposed to be returned. Just ends up back in the trays in the next day's mail. Let's see. This is from Surly Shane. Good morning, Lords. This is Shane. Use my name. It's all good. Many things that must go. Go. Dude I work with. Stop sleeping. You're not paid to take a nap. You're embarrassing yourself. Also, stop sticking your tongue out. You're not 5. My wife and I went to a barbecue. Keep in mind, I don't eat food made by other people. Shane, I get you. You're my kind of people. But this reinforces why I don't do that. We went to the wives' friend's house. They had a party, and a guy, I'll call him E. coli, was cooking food. Their cat got up on the food prep table and was crawling around on the food prep table where he was. This is why I don't eat other people's food. And he says, on a lighter note, if you get an earworm with the song that you can't get out of your head, if you sing by Menon as it finishes, it will go away. And finally, here is my hodgepodge list of things that must go. You can use my name. It's Nick. When a talk show host tells the guest that they need to take a break for commercial, but then asks, hey, we need to take a quick break. Can you stick around for a while?
Just one. I'd love to see it. No, I can't.
That's what he said. I'm sorry, I got to go. Having a tiny piece of fuzz on your hair or your glasses and you decide to lightly puff it off, except you end up with a wet blow and you need to spend more time actually wiping them clean. Waking up in the middle of the night with a noise whistle. You're all warm and cozy and you don't want to reach for a tissue, but that noise is making it so you can't sleep. And going to transfer your laundry from the washer to the dryer, and you find one lone piece of clothing, usually a sock, which didn't make it into the wash. It's too small for its own load, so it just has to wait until the next wash. Thanks for letting me listen.
Things that must go on the radio.
on this day?
Yeah, in 1982. Number 1 on the charts for Dexy's Midnight Runners.
Yes. 82.
Was very popular.
Huge.
And yes, we played it all the time.
Yes. And yes, I know the ska version is better, but we're talking about the chart position of the original.
Carrie actually entertained the idea of the ska version.
Who did the ska version?
Save Ferris. All right.
Yes.
You know, I hate to be the guy. Dexy's actually is a pretty good band.
Yeah.
Except for that song.
I don't really know
their
anything
hit.
else by them. I don't.
They go down a Dexy's hole.
Okay.
Lots of like fiddles and
stuff like that. It's something you might find entertaining. Like I
right.
said, they're known for that, unfortunately. All right, time for Big Boy News and Opinioendo. Right after the Big Boy News, it's Frank Christ Presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Gang. I'm going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them dead. Pick the dead one correctly and you will win what?
a Radio from Hell diner-style mug, suitable for murder.
Big,
very substantial.
heavy mug.
Yes, substantial mug.
I have difficulty lifting it.
The Radio from Hell coffee mug. It'll be the last mug you ever need.
It'll outlive you.
It will.
You'll need to bequeath it to someone.
It'll be in a yard sale one day.
Yeah. 877-602-9696. Call in, get the mug, play Frank Christ Presents right after this Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Nightingale College provides the opportunity for an ideal work-life balance from the comfort of your home with 100% online nursing classes and no waiting lists. Become a Nightingale nurse. Apply for their upcoming spring semester at nightingale.edu.
Brooke Shields, who's 59 years old now, is auctioning off the exact pair of jeans that she wore while appearing in her iconic Calvin Klein campaign.
You mean the ones
back in
that...
1980? Now, I don't know if you'd want these because, as you recall in the ad, she says, what she's intimating here, she says, nothing comes between me and my Calvins, which is implying that she's not wearing any undergarments. So I don't know.
Well,
I don't think it's sanitary to buy these.
Well, no, but it just the price just went up, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's auctioning them off. They're currently estimated to be valued at $50,000.
Is it for charity? Is this?
Yeah, they will be sold as part of a studio auction's upcoming event, From Bombshells to Blasters, an auction you can't refuse. Is it for a charity? That's a good question. I'm going through all of my closets. I'm an empty nester now, or about to be, and my things, and I'm ready to give some of my special pieces away. Like my Calvin Klein jeans. Can you imagine my waist was ever that small? It's terrifying, but I hope that somebody enjoys these as much as I have and finds them as meaningful as I do. I can't wait for someone to show these off. So maybe
she's just keeping the money?
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
Why not?
She says, quote, I don't think it had to do with underwear. I didn't think it was sexual in nature at all, she told Vogue back in 2021. There's no doubt that Shields' pants have been met with their fair share of controversy. The pretty baby actress was 15 years old when she first slipped them on for her Calvin Klein commercial, famously asking the audience, you want to know what comes between me and my Calvins? Nothing. I was naive. I didn't think anything about it, and I say, bull. Bull.
She was 15. She might not have known. She did what her mother told her to do.
I believe she is not stupid. If she was 15 and it didn't occur to her, then she's a stupid 15.
You should watch her documentary about her, upbringing and her mother and all the.
I should.
Yeah, well, that's interesting.
But that would mean that I would then know more about Brooke Shields than I care to know.
I think you would appreciate Brooke Shields, and
I don't care to appreciate Brooke Shields.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to appreciate Brooke Shields. Let's see now. Earthquake, California. Earthquake, Southern California. The quake originally estimated at a magnitude 5.3, 9:09 p.m. last night, according to the USGS survey, followed by dozens of aftershocks, magnitude 2.5 and up, including a magnitude 4.5, which is pretty good, that occurred less than a minute after the first, and a magnitude 4.1 at 9:17 p.m. Epicenter in sparsely populated farmland about 14 miles northwest of unincorporated community of Grapevine, Kern County. That's 60 miles northwest of Santa Clarita and about 88 miles northwest of downtown Los Angeles. 2 minutes after the quake hit, a large boulder, easily the size of an SUV, was reported blocking multiple southbound lanes of I-5 around a mile south of Grapevine Road, the California Highway Patrol said. The boulder was still blocking lanes of traffic at least an hour after the earthquake. They say that there are people who live close to the epicenter, sparsely populated, but there are people there, and they said it was pretty strong. It was what was described as a rolling type.
Whoa!
Kind of a rolling type earthquake. Let's see. Who is Tim Walz?
He's America's dad, Bill.
He's Kamala Harris's pick for vice president, and he's the governor of Minnesota. Relative unknown on the national stage. The Harris campaign will be tasked with introducing him to a whole new audience. I don't think that's going to be very difficult because he seems quite outgoing and quite amusing. He has deep Midwestern roots and a resume that spans beyond politics. He became governor of Minnesota in 2019, navigating the COVID-19 pandemic and the public outcry following the murder of George Floyd by a white police officer. This year, Walz named May 25th as George Floyd Remembrance Day. He stands for reproductive rights.
He had codified abortion in Minnesota.
Yeah, he's outspoken against Republican book bans. During his time in office, Walz legalized marijuana in Minnesota and expanded background checks for gun purchases. And he is a hunter and has guns himself and a member of the NRA. And at some point, the NRA donated money to one of his campaigns, and then he...
Or gave him a good rating or something like that.
They donated some money. It was like $4,000. Yeah. And he he said, I'm not going to keep that.
Oh, he put the money back?
He gave it to a charity, as I recall. He came from humble roots. He was raised in a small Nebraska town. After high school, he enlisted in the Army National Guard. He spent more than 20 years there, rising to the rank of Command Sergeant Major. He went on to become a high school social studies teacher and a football coach. He turned to public service in 2007, served 6 terms in the U.S. House of Representatives. He beat a longtime incumbent Republican for that seat. He has the distinction of being the highest-ranking enlisted soldier ever to serve in Congress. Member of several committees, including top Democrat on the Veterans Affairs Committee, where he fought for improved health care for veterans.
And he'll teach you how to change the oil in your car.
He can do that. He says things like, he has social media buzzing over his use of the word weird. And I don't know, it just seems perfect. And I don't think it was calculated by him in any way. It's a word that he probably uses a lot. But he said, these guys, meaning Trump and J.D. Vance, these guys are just weird. They're running for the man-woman haters club or something. That's what they go at. That's not what people are interested in, Walz said. He said, if Donald Trump has ever laughed, which have you ever seen?
A genuine laugh?
I've never seen a genuine laugh, no.
But if he has laughed, it's at someone, not with someone.
Yes.
That's weird behavior.
Yes.
And I don't think you can call it anything else, Walz said. He now hits the campaign trail with Kamala Harris. Donald Trump is kind of going off the rails more than ever. He posted an utterly unhinged rant on Tuesday in which he again misspelled Vice President Kamala Harris's name, apparently on purpose, but nobody can quite figure out what he's trying to do. For good measure, Trump made it a point to emphasize former President Barack Obama's middle name. Harris became the presumptive Democratic nominee last month, of course. This is all ancient history. We don't need to go through that. Trump cooked up a wild tale of a coup in which Kamala Harris and Barack Obama are conspiring to steal Biden's presidency.
This is so...
What are the chances that crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of the U.S., whose presidency was unconstitutionally stolen from him by Kamala, I guess, Barack Hussein Obama, crazy Nancy Pelosi, shifty Adam Schiff, crying Chuck Schumer, and others on the lunatic left, crashes the Democratic National Convention and tries to take back the nomination.
So he's writing fan fiction.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. It's this, and yet I tuned over to Fox last night just before I went to bed, and Mr. Hannity was on.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Hannity was just on a tear, going on and on and on about this left-wing a guy from Minnesota, this Walz guy, left-wing. He's a part of the left-wing conspiracy. They're going to take over the government. They're going to take your guns away. Every single cliche you could possibly imagine.
The classic.
And Sean Hannity was just on a tear about all of that. Man. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, you'll like this. Governor Cox, Senator Lee, and others in Utah, top Republican leaders here, have spread misconceptions and questioned the sex of a top female Olympic boxer.
I want a retraction from all of them.
Just months after decrying controversial public comments from a state school board member who speculated that a Utah high school athlete was transgender.
Yep.
Algerian boxer Imaine Khalif has been the subject of derision from many American conservatives since she defeated Italian Angela Carini in a welterweight bout on Thursday. Carini ended the fight 40 seconds in and declined to shake Khalif's hand.
She has since apologized for that and said, I would like to shake her hand.
She said she regretted the decision and wished to apologize. Outrage poured in from Republican politicians, including top leaders in Utah, who accused Khalif, I think is how you say it, of being a man or a transgender woman. Khalif is not transgender, was born female. The allegations against her stem from the International Boxing Association, which had its status as the governing body for boxing rescinded following allegations of corruption and financial ties to Russian state energy firm Gazprom.
Yep, little problems there, yeah.
The Boxing Association challenged Khalif's eligibility last year, just days after she defeated Russian boxer Aminiva Azalea.
So Governor Cox and Senator Lee and all the others believed Russian propaganda.
Yeah,
because that's where this came from.
Because they're
following. Yeah. Whatever the algorithm is of where they get their news.
They're old guys who get lost on the internet.
I'm
very disappointed in them.
It's just absolutely ridiculous. I would have made this a boner candidate, but I didn't see it until I started into the news, and I've already got the boner candidate settled.
There's always tomorrow.
Well, that's my sports, because we don't have time for sports now. But that's perfect sports, Bill. Thank you.
We do need a caller to play Frank Christ Presents. 877-602-9696.
Slightly cooler today, 100. But the smoke is going to start pouring in, I'm afraid, from all of the wildfires. So be aware the air quality is going to deteriorate over the next few days. Hopefully this storm coming through Friday will clear some of that out. But from now until then, it will be smoky and gross. Let me look at traffic quickly. Looks like it's moving well. I don't have any accidents to tell you about. Let me see if friends of the program have texted in anything. Nope, but you can if you see something. 33986 is where you do that.
Frank Christ has joined us here in the studio once again. Good morning, Frank. Frank is the Grim Reaper of celebrity souls. He specializes. You didn't choose this, though.
No, it's a curse.
It's a curse.
I will tell that story someday.
Frank loves celebrities, and it's very sad for him to have to go and collect their souls when they die and take them to the distribution center.
It's all part of the curse because I love our precious celebrities.
And why do you love them so much?
We all want to be like them. Everything they say and do is right.
Well, we have a game that we play with Frank. It's called Frank Christ Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
He's given
Frank.
voice breaking like that.
Sorry.
It's so sad. It's so sad to see a skeleton
sad.
cry.
I'm just looking at all the people I have to check on today.
Oh. Who do we have to play the game?
Let's see. It looks like Jane. Jane is here.
Jane, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, just fine.
Yes, Jane, you are. Now, Jane, if you can identify the dead celebrity in this list of 4 that Frank has given me, you will win what, Gina?
Well, it's a Radio from Hell Diner style mug.
All right. You ready to play, Jane?
Of course.
All right, here we go. Because it's Purple Heart Day, these are actors in movies about wounded warriors. All right, here we go. Number 1, Robert Carradine, a member of the Carradine acting clan. He made his first appearance on television in Bonanza and on his brother David's TV series, Kung Fu. Carradine's first film role was in the film Cowboys, which starred John Wayne. Carradine also portrayed fraternity president Louis Skolonic in Revenge of the Nerds. He is in a movie called Coming Home, a romantic war drama about a woman's relationship with a wounded soldier. Number 1, Robert Carradine. Number 2, John Savage. He first rose to prominence in films like The Deer Hunter, The Onion Field, and Hair. His television credits include Donald Lydecker on Dark Angel, and he is in the HBO series Carnival. In The Deer Hunter, he's one of 3 soldiers dealing with memories of the Vietnam War. Number 2, John Savage. Number 3, Tom Sizemore. He had prominent roles in films like Passenger 57, True Romance, Striking Distance, Natural Born Killers, Strange Days, and The Relic. He was in several movies about wounded warriors, including Born on the 4th of July, Saving Private Ryan, and Black Hawk Down. Number 3, Tom Sizemore. And finally, Zeljko. Now, I had his name practiced, and now I've forgotten it. It's Zeljko Ivanek. Zeljko Ivanek. Some of his credits include Unfaithful, The Manchurian Candidate, Live Free or Die Hard, The Bourne Legacy, 3 billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri, nominated for 3 Tony Awards. He is in a revival of the Kane Mutiny Court-Martial, and he was in Glory, about Black Civil War hero soldiers. Zeljko Ivanek, number 4. Which one of those is dead?
Number 3.
Tom Sizemore is correct. He's been dead since 2023, although he seemed dead before that. He was 61 when he died. So congratulations, Shane. You win the coffee mug.
Thank you.
Hang on the line,
welcome.
Katie. I'll get some information from you.
Well, I have to go.
You have lots to do
Oh, I have
today?
to check on Bill's friend Wayne Knight.
Oh, no!
69 today.
Wayne is pretty healthy.
But before that, I think he's fine. But before that, I got to stop off and see how Garrison Keeler is doing.
Oh.
82
Yeah.
today.
Rebop-a-lee-bop.
Oh, yeah, his buttermilk biscuits
Has some rhubarb pie.
will not save him now.
No.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye!
No accidents to report. Just a reminder that SR 201 has bridge work at 32nd South and bottlenecks traffic. Thank you, Infinity member, for reminding me to mention that. That's going to be that way for a couple months, but they say things should be lots better once they're finished there with that bridge work. So if you see something like that and want to let me know, 33986 is where you do that.
KXRK Provo will be back after these messages with your list of things that must go. Stand by.
In addition to digital high definition.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day, and today's word is...
Well, 2 words today, actually. Hell, H-E-L-L, and well, W-E-L-L. Here to use these words in some dialogue is the mayor of Mona, Don Criddle, and his son, Denver. Denver's been listening to a local radio station, the Voice of Mona, KVOM 1493.5 on your AM dial, and he's heard some news about Mona that he wants his daddy, the mayor, to address. Again, the words are hell and well.
Daddy, I know you don't listen to the morning show over to KVOM, so I wanted to tell you.
You are darn right I don't listen to that trash. What is it, the morning jail?
It's the morning zoo, Daddy, the morning zoo with Captain Breakfast and Benny the Egg. Hey, you know why they call him Benny the Egg?
No.
because he's kind of round shaped, and his farts smell like eggs.
Oh, okay, whatever it is, it sure ain't funny. Fart sounds and whistles are not what I want when I'm eating my breakfast, son. And then when they speak about me, the Marimona, their mayor, they're not respectful. They just don't respect the office.
Oh, Daddy, they don't mean nothing by that. That's just the morning show fun, wacky morning show hijinks.
I don't find it fun when they call me Mayor Fiddle. And Mayor Fiddle and Mayor Diddle, for gosh sakes. And Mayor Piddle. And it's just not funny at all. Just nasty. Particularly when you stop and think about the implications of the words piddle and diddle. I mean, I just don't care for it one little bit.
Oh, okay, Daddy, but, sometimes they take on some serious stuff, like community stuff that the people of Mona need to know. Like this morning, they was talking about public art projects and how Mona ought to have some public art.
Denver, if them two fort knockers are on that morning show, if they got you thinking about going around town and drawing some stuff on public buildings, think again. That's just vandalism. It's graffitiism.
No, nothing like that, Daddy. They was talking about a real art project for the city. Like the one they got up to the Salt Lake in Sugar House. They got a roundabout up there, and there's like a big well coming out of it.
A well? You mean like a big fish?
Mm-hmm.
Like a humpback well?
That's right, Daddy. And most people just love it. They say it makes them proud of their city. And some people almost even worship this well statue. They bow to it and salute it and say, "All hail the well." At least that's what Captain Breakfast and Benny the Egg says.
And so?
They think we ought to have something like that here in Mona. And they ran what they call a zoo poll, so listeners could call in and say what kind of statue Mona should have.
And so?
They got 2 calls. One said the statue should be of a carp, because that's the only fish that we got in the Mona Reservoir. The second call was from me, and I said we should have a giant statue of the world's most effective all-copper bullet. On account of we got the world-famous Barnes Bullet Factory here in Mona. We should have a statue of a giant copper bullet.
And did them 2 boneheads say where the money would come from?
Well, they said first thing was to talk to the city council and Mayor Diddle.
Mayor Diddle,
Oh, come on, Daddy. It's just a morning show. They're just kidding.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah Word of the Day.
Table fish last night.
Was it good?
It was really good. I'm trying to eat more fish. So is Charles in Morgan. Also says he is trying to eat more fish.
In Morgan. Okay.
I think he's actually fishing for the fish he's eating in
Probably.
Morgan.
All right. Things That Must Go, brought to you by...
Experience Don Tolliver live at Granary Live. Catch him at Granary Live August 30th. Get your tickets at granarylive.com. Powered by Strong VW.
Things that must go on the radio.
are things that are bugging you, things that are just making your life miserable, and you want to get rid of them. Things that must go. And so you decide, I'll put these down in an email and send them to Radio from Hell and let them see it. And if they read it on the air, maybe it'll make me feel better. Mm-hmm. Maybe these things will disappear from my life. We have had actual reports, people saying, you read my must go, and all of a sudden the thing that was bothering me just disappeared. So send your must goes to Radio from Hell at x96.com and put must go in the subject line. You want to go first, Gina?
Sure. This is from Rick. Please use my name. I'm a truck driver. You haters of truck drivers need to learn one thing. Everything you own was brought to town by a truck. That's where the stuff comes from, is the trucks.
Except from the stuff that was smuggled across the border.
So when you flip us off, just know that's where your stuff's coming from. Or when you pull out in front of us and we have to slam on our brakes. Please respect truck drivers. You owe them a lot. Let's see. You can use my name. It's Sarah with an H. Sarah. A small sampling of my ever-growing list. Number 1. When someone seems to be staring at something on your face and you feel super self-conscious and then you go to the bathroom and there's nothing there. What? Like, was there food on my mouth and nothing's there?
I just assume they're staring at my beauty.
Music playing during narration in audiobooks must go. I can barely hear what you're trying to say, Stephen King.
Oh, so it's poorly mixed.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, yeah.
When you drop something and go to pick it up, but you miss 2 or 3 times.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, wait, oh no. Then you got to go down again. Oh,
hey,
no, I didn't get it that time.
It's good exercise.
Walls in front of theater seats that prevent me, a person of small stature, from seeing the bottom of the screen. Even worse, I can't recline because then it's even more blocked.
I know exactly the theater he's talking about.
Oh, no, her. That's Sarah.
Her, sorry.
Let's see. This from Sue. Olympic version must go. The men's one-piece track outfits must go. Aside from looking like baby onesies, they're way too revealing, if you know what I mean. Triathletes having to swim in the River Seine.
Yeah.
And athletes biting their medals for pictures.
Yeah.
It's a tradition.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's kind of dumb. Yeah. All right, is that it?
Yeah.
I'll go next. Let's see. This one says, what must go is me from my job. I've been looking for a new one for 2 years, and I've had no luck. My boss is a micromanaging control freak. The work I do is incredibly boring, and my coworkers are obnoxious. Please get me out of here. Thanks for letting me get this out. It doesn't say I can use the name, so I won't. This one says, products that don't show warnings where we should see them. I recently bought a $67 blender. Okay. And I set it on the counter, the box lying on its side, and lo and behold, on the bottom of the box it says, warning, cancer and reproductive harm, made in China.
Oh, jeez.
I'm headed to return it, but I'm very careful about not purchasing any products intended to hold food that are made in China.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, it's difficult. And then when they purposely hide the fact that that's infuriating. Please make this sneakiness go away. Thank you, Suzanne. You can use my name if you like or don't. This one is, you can use my name, Heather from Bountiful. I'm buried in debt from years of struggling to cope with past traumas, and now I'm in therapy, and I'm making sense of my spending habits, but the debt is still there. I'm just overwhelmed, and I don't make enough money to cover the monthly payments. Please cancel my debt.
Sure.
Or maybe lower my payments. Love you, lords. Okay, consider it done. And then,
I wish we could do that. Yeah. That would be great.
And then finally this one, you can use my name if you want. Okay, Jill. What must go are my migraines. My insurance decision no longer allows my doctors to treat me with a method that has worked for some years. They're now claiming that it's experimental. He's been doing this for years. It works pretty well. Now they're saying it's experimental. Please make that go away Insurance.
Insurance should listen to doctors.
Yes, they should.
All right, Carrie?
All right. The first couple from the foot of Mount Doom. When you're in the middle of working out at the gym and your Bluetooth earbuds run out of charge, so you have to finish without anything to drown out the sound of the grunting dude bros.
Yeah.
Also, do not knock on my door at 8:45 p.m. on a Tuesday night to ask if I want you to paint the numbers on the curb. The curb that I'll add that we don't have.
Yeah.
What part of our house says we're awake? Knock. I mean, all the lights are out.
Yeah.
Porch and the yard lights are off. There are no noises coming from inside except now the sounds of our barking dogs from when you knock.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there's that no soliciting sign that you completely looked over. All right.
I think some people don't know what soliciting means. I think you need a sign that says, "We don't want to buy whatever you're selling."
No, just put a big sign up that says, "Go away."
Maybe. Let's see. This one from does not say. Plastic grocery bags must go. Why don't we charge for them like some places do? And why haven't these people figured out how to use cloth baguettes? They're as ubiquitous as plastic bags. Yeah, so there's a thought. Let's see this one from Austin. Here's a list of things that must go. When people use a regular spoon as a serving spoon for a casserole or a fruit bowl.
You get one grape.
What am I supposed to do? Dish one watermelon cube at a time? Please use the appropriate size serving spoon. People who ride in the car with their feet on the dashboard. On a recent road trip, I noticed that about 100% of people on the passenger seat put their feet up on the dashboard. I'm sure it's more comfortable to ride this way, but it's so dangerous. And if you don't believe me, Bing X-ray feet on dashboard. Okay. And lastly, this one from Please Don't Use My Name. Excessive amounts of condiments that I didn't ask for must go. I didn't ask for 9 packets of ketchup with my order of wings and French fries. Why did you give them to me? Just give me what is listed on my order. These are just going to go to waste. Bad subtitles must go. They linger far past the line. They're spelled incorrectly often. And they spoil what will happen. The HVAC at work must go. It pumps out heat more than it does AC in the summer, and it makes it almost impossible to work in. I can only take off so many layers. And lastly, that moment that you walk through the doorway and you forgot what you're there for. Seriously, what the hell was I coming in here for again?
I have no idea.
Don't remember.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Hearing from several truckers. Thank you for the trucker must go. Please be nice to us. We're bringing you your stuff. Don't you want your stuff? Be nice to us. Crash I-80 westbound off Redwood Road ramp. Let's see. We also have a message from says, could you do us Tooele drivers a favor and just remind everyone to slow down? Slow down.
Okay.
Let's all be nice out there on the roads. No other accidents to tell you about, but if you want to admonish anybody, you can text us 33986.
All right, we've got boners coming up. Here are the candidates you'll be voting for. Number 1, oh, the things we do for love. Boner candidate number 2, the name of your product is misleading the public. And boner candidate number 3, they sacrificed for their country, and they're repaid with duct tape and loner legs.
Okay. Boner of the day, big boy news, all coming up after these messages and a song. Stand by. ranlife.com/X96.
If you want to buy a home and you think the interest rates are too high for you, it might be your time to contact Ran Life. They are a local mortgage company, Ran Life Home Loans. I've had them carry my mortgage before, and Ran Life Home Loans can help you out. They can get you a rate as low as 5.25%. That's right, interest rates as low as 5.25% with their 7 and 6 ARM program. Now, with that program, you can lock in the low rate for an incredible 7 years. Then after the 7 years, the rate adjusts every 6 months, but with proper planning, you can get the benefit of long-range savings and stability. Ran Life Home Loans. Find out about a program that fits you. Maybe it's not that one. Maybe there's another. If you go to ranlife.com/X96, they have experts there that they can put you in touch with that will help you get a mortgage for your home. That's randlife.com/X96.
Of extreme interest.
Hi, Radio from Hell. I live in Saskatchewan, Canada.
I am extremely interested.
And I've been listening to your morning show for the last 23 years. Your show would never work outside of Utah.
That's what we're told.
But that's a conversation for another day. Yesterday, I was doing chores around the house while listening to the Radio from Hell podcast. I couldn't believe what I heard on your February 16th show. My worlds were colliding. I was in utter shock as Bill announced that morning's Frank Chris Presents segment was on the topic of Canadian male curlers. Having Bill recall the career highlights of those 4 very special men, some of whom continue to play competitively to this day, I'll have you know, was a wonderful trip down memory lane, which warmed me to my maple syrup core. Bill, you did a great job explaining the important details of the sport of curling, like tankards and Tim Hortons. And boy, you weren't kidding when you said the Furby 4 rink was a famed rink in Canada. This is an exciting time of year in my country, as the National Curling Championships for men and women will be taking place over the next few weeks. We'll all be on the edge of our seats to see if Carrie Einerson will win her 4th consecutive championship. I'm giddy, I'm anxious, I'm excited for her all at once. I know Frank Christ's job is tough, and it can't be easy for him to talk about it.
No.
But I wanted him to know that last week's segment brought me tears of pride. Soldier on, Frank Christ. Soldier on. Thanks for letting me listen. Warmest regards, Kelly.
I wonder how Kelly found us. I'm curious.
I don't know. I'll email Kelly, whose pronouns are he and him.
All right.
I will email Kelly and ask.
There you go.
Man, I thought I did a terrible job of explaining curling when I was using words like rink and tankard and the Furby 4 rink, a famed rink. I barely remember what that is.
It meant something to a Canadian.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of curling.
Yeah.
I think it's on the 6th floor level of that new hotel over here.
The Hyatt Regency.
The Hyatt Regency. I think it's on the 6th floor because that's where I had brunch. And on the outside of that, they have 2 curling, what are they called?
Stones. I think stones.
Well, not the stones, but the lanes. What are they called? Come on, curling expert.
I don't know.
Probably a lane. I would say it's a lane.
Okay. Yeah, lane. But they offer beverages and curling. It's a package you can buy for like $50. They'll give you whiskey and you can curl.
Well, that might be something we should do. Maybe you and I should curl.
Why you and I? What? Hello? What?
There are 2 lanes, Gina. 2.
Why? But why would you assume it's Carrie that wants to do it and not me?
Because this is a man's world.
I could curl.
Gina, you could.
You seen what the people look like who curl?
You could remain. You could remain seated and watch us curl.
Yeah, nice and warm.
Don't give me this. Come watch the men curl.
Now, listen, Gina. I'll let you take my curling, okay? Because I will be next to you in the dome. They have these...
Oh, like a heated...
See-through, clear, with doors on them. Domes.
Yeah.
So you can be private in there, and they'll bring you brunch.
You can't see into them, but you can see out of them.
You can see in and out of them. It's just clear plastic.
So somebody on the outside can see you.
Yeah, I can watch you guys curl, and in the warmth of the dome...
Oh, wait, that kind of sounds better.
Enjoy my beverages.
That kind of
Too late, you're out there curling. You've made a scene.
Yeah, sorry, Gina.
And so now you're going to be curling while I sit in luxury having my beverage.
The rink is the area where the lanes
Right.
are, where you curl.
Or sheet,
Yeah.
is what Katie is saying.
I'm going to see if there's a name for the curling lanes.
So I'll just sit and enjoy that.
Okay.
That was a good time. by
The
way.
first thing that comes up when I Googled curling lanes, Hyatt Regency offering curling and cocktails.
Curling and cocktails. See?
Curling? They don't have. Why don't they advertise that?
That's right. I should send them a bill for this.
Radio. It's fundamental.
I don't know why they...
And no one was using it when I was there.
I don't think people know it's there.
I was there Sunday afternoon a few weeks ago and had a nice little brunch. It's tapas up there. It's a tapas restaurant.
Uh-huh.
And, curling and cocktails.
So what are the curling lanes made of? The curling rink is made out of ice. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they just call them lanes, and they're on the rink. The rink is the area where they are.
So I'll have another beverage while I watch Gina out in the cold on ice.
Really?
Because you got to kneel down sometimes.
Yeah.
There's kneeling?
There's kneeling involved. Have you seen curling?
I just am picturing this.
No, that's not just the sweeper. That's different. You
Oh.
would be,
It's called the brush, not the broom. They call it a brush.
Oh, sorry.
And you
See, I'm already doing it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
A curling competition or tournament is called a bonspiel. And the biter is a stone that just touches the outer edge of the circle that you're aiming for. That's called a biter. Didn't quite get into the circle.
So, email of extreme curling.
Two more things to know about curling that are kind of interesting. So they call a biter the one that just touches the ring.
Uh-huh.
The ones that get into the ring, they call counters. Those count, so we'll call them counters. And the reason it's called curling, it's the amount a rock bends while traveling down the sheet of ice. You can get it to kind of curl into the circle,
All right.
into the ring.
Email of extreme interest or digital proof that Canadian radio is even worse than here. Oh, thanks.
Huh?
There's a backhanded compliment.
What?
There you go.
Oh, because the Canadian radio is terrible. That's why they were listening to us.
Worse than here. See, worse than.
Well, yeah. No, they're not They're not saying. They're saying everything is terrible except us. That's what. That's what they're saying.
Not what they're saying.
Yes, it is.
Canadian radio is even worse than Salt Lake.
Yeah, that means it's bad.
That's not
here.
a compliment.
That radio is bad here, except for us.
No.
Yes. Because they're saying
I would never
that the guy
accuse
is
him
listening.
I would never accuse him of being Pollyanna, but
The guy who is listening in Canada is listening to us because Canadian radio is terrible.
that it's worse than here.
It's even worse than here, and that's why people. No, that's why people are listening.
But we are radio in Salt Lake. See?
We are the exception.
Well, he didn't say that.
as the person in Canada,
He didn't say that.
he didn't have to.
Well, he did, because otherwise I'm and Gina are reading it this way.
You're wrong.
Are we now?
Yes.
Text to clarify, backhand compliment person. Make sure. And don't worry, you're anonymous
Yeah.
with the text, so tell us the truth. All right. Foo Fighters. 7:25 right now. It's time for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These will be examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, August 7, 2024. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote, and one of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
Can't buy it, gotta win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt.
Boner candidate number 1. Oh, the things we do for love.
Like walking in the rain and the snow.
The MTA worker who claimed that he was attacked in a Queens subway station by an unhinged stranger, going as far as to slash his own hands, so that he could get the summer off, told the Post he had a plausible reason for the hoax. Henry Herring, in an interview, said that he needed to take time. He needed the time to take care of his sick fiancée. I know that what I did looks like something really horrible, whatever, but, you know, I have a very good reason for what I did.
Henry Herring.
Henry Herring.
Old Red, they call him.
A transit system cleaner who was hired last January and has since been suspended without pay, claimed that his gal pal had 2 brain surgeries.
Wow.
And it caused brain leakage. And he had to go visit her at the Methodist Hospital every day when he got off work. I did something basically stupid. At the end of the day, I did it for someone I love. I would do it all over again. I didn't think I was a poser, pretentious, all of that. The thing is, I want to be there for somebody I care about. Herring was charged last week with falsely reporting an incident for telling cops that he was attacked while cleaning a train at the 179th Street subway station in Jamaica, Queens.
Because he wanted to get paid.
But surveillance cameras caught him red-handed and exposed the ruse, according to criminal complaints. My goal was to have the summer off because, well, it was just too hot down there. And Herring acknowledged that he wanted some time off. With less than 2 years on the job, he didn't have any accrued time to get paid leave. And besides, I had to go visit he doesn't have a sick fiancé in the hospital.
Hurts.
By the way, Mr. Herring has an F the police tattoo on his arm.
Oh, that's not helpful.
He served 2 stints in the state prison on robbery and gun charges. He was lucky he had a job to begin with. No fiancé. Don't. The things we do for love. Boner candidate number 1. There's boner candidate number 2. You know, the name of your product is misleading the public. Gen Z women, young women, apparently are crazy over a drink that proponents claim can quickly shrink your waistline.
It won't. I don't even need whatever it is. It won't.
Giving skinny shots like Ozempic and Monjaro a run for their blubber-blasting money, tadpole water mania is the latest slenderizing hack to sweep social media.
What? Yep. Is this actual tadpoles?
No, because the name of the product is, well, it's misleading the public, really. What it is a couple of tablespoonfuls of chia seeds, a squeeze of fresh lemon, and apparently teens and 20-somethings online are shedding excess fat with the homemade concoction.
No, they're not.
They're not.
They call it tadpole water because it looks a little bit like the seeds in there look a little bit like, but not really.
They're just
like
chia.
tadpoles.
They're just chia seeds.
Yeah.
That's all.
They'll go right through you. Is that what this is? Like a fiber thing? Like a hack for Metamucil or something?
They say that what happens is, and there is a little bit of truth to it, that the seeds when they dissolve,
chia seeds are good for you.
And when they dissolve, they kind of coat your stomach and make you feel less hungry.
Yeah, it's Metamucil.
Yeah.
Oh, Metamucil, isn't that like a laxative?
No, it's a fiber.
That'll make
it expands in your stomach and makes you feel full, but it also helps you poop.
Oh, good.
If you need to.
But my quibble with this is that those aren't tadpoles.
No.
The name of your product is misleading the public. That's just wrong. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. They sacrificed for their country, and they're repaid with duct tape and loner legs.
Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo brought to you by.
Tickets are on sale now for a breathtaking season of jazz, dance, theater, and film at Utah Presents. Visit utahpresents.org to get your seats and save big with no fees before August 16th.
2 Versailles-based bands helped usher in the Olympics with a special concert at the Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport on July 17th, along with Etienne de Crécy and Izzy Lundvister.
Sure.
Phoenix and Air performed on the roof of Terminal 1, serving as a pre-Olympic summer party as well as commemoration of the airport's 50th anniversary. And now it's been announced that Phoenix and the band Air will play at the Olympics closing ceremony.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. In addition to the French touch, those legends, they're now saying that the band Phoenix is a legendary band now. And I guess it is probably in
some
France.
places, yeah.
Tom Cruise will reportedly pull a stunt at the Stade de France. They think he will parachute into the ceremonies.
Well, because this is so. There's always at the end of the Olympics the handoff to the next city.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they're
Los
thinking,
Angeles.
Yeah,
The
they're
city,
thinking he's going to do some.
Yeah. Oh, and Gina, you left something out very important when you were talking about the Olympics yesterday.
Yes.
We were talking about that Philippine gold medal winner.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the things that the government's giving him.
Because he's the first medal winner from the Philippines to get a gold medal.
Yeah, you mentioned a bunch of these things that he's getting, like a lifetime supply of mac and cheese.
And chicken and a house.
And a house. And also colonoscopies for life.
I didn't see that.
Colonoscopies for life.
That is excellent.
As a matter of fact, he can have a colonoscopy once a week if he wants it. That's pretty good.
What?
All right. Let's see what we've got. Here we go. A former senior advisor at Operation Underground Railroad has been charged with DUI and distributing a controlled substance.
Oh, really?
After police reported finding many vials of an opioid and large amounts of cash in his car. Rad Christian Barrett.
Rad, really?
Rad Christian Barrett of Mill Creek was traveling west on US 40 just north of Heber City on Monday when a deputy observed the vehicle swerving, pulled him over. According to the police booking affidavit, the deputy conducted field sobriety tests and determined that he was unable to safely operate a motor vehicle. After searching the vehicle, police say they found 79 individual vials of buprenorphine.
Never heard of that.
A synthetic opioid used to treat pain and opioid use disorder, along with syringes and large amounts of cash.
Wow.
The affidavit says Barrett allegedly refused a chemical test at the Wasatch County Jail. A warrant was obtained, and the test was conducted. Rad stated that he travels back and forth from Mexico to the U.S., and due to the large amounts of medications and loose cash, I believe that Rad is distributing these substances, police wrote in the arrest report. He was charged with distribution or arranging to distribute a controlled substance and so on and so on. He was formerly a senior advisor and director of corporate affairs for Operation Underground Railroad and part of the jump team that conducts the organization's human trafficking stings. Barrett was introduced to Tim Ballard and Operation Underground Railroad through Utah Attorney General Sean Reyes, according to an article in Orthopedics This Week.
There it is.
Why it's in Orthopedics This Week, I don't know.
That's the only real news you're going to get is from...
Ballard is the founder of the nonprofit and has been embroiled in multiple lawsuits alleging sexual abuse while he was conducting stings. And there you go.
It's just, from the top down, man.
A Pakistani man alleged to have ties to Iran has been charged in a plot to carry out political assassinations on U.S. soil, according to the Justice Department. They say that this is the latest murder-for-hire plot originating from abroad to target American public figures. Asif Merchant traveled to New York in June for the purpose of meeting with men that he thought he could recruit to carry out the killing, even paying $5,000 in advance to two would-be assassins who were actually undercover law enforcement officers. He was arrested last month as he prepared to leave the U.S., and after having told the men that he would provide further instructions, including the names of the intended targets. Court documents do not identify any of the potential targets, but U.S. officials acknowledged last month that a threat on Donald Trump's life from Iran prompted additional security in the days before a Pennsylvania rally in which Trump was injured by a gunman's bullet. So I don't know why that security wasn't in place on that day.
Yeah.
But apparently it wasn't. So there's that. New wildfire here in Utah, in Rich County, growing to hundreds of acres on ranch land. The Dry Fork Fire, first reported early yesterday in Rich County. It was located near the area of Big Creek Road and Big Creek Canyon. The Rich County Sheriff's Office said they were allowing ranchers into the nearby area to retrieve their animals at their own risk. However, officials later gave an update that all livestock were safely away from the fire. Rich County is up northern part of Utah, kind of like near the border. You go over the border and Bear Lake is over there.
And the smoke is going to make its way, not just from that fire, but from all the California fires and everything. We're going to have kind of smoky air the next few days. I'm afraid.
Governor Spencer Cox has rejected a request from Tabaron Honey's defense lawyers to delay his pending execution.
Today.
1 minute after midnight, actually, tomorrow. So it will be tomorrow. I'm only given the authority to grant temporary reprieves that last until review by the Board of Pardons and Parole. That would likely occur by the next business day. This is not an authority I take lightly. I have evaluated your concerns and other facts surrounding Mr. Honey's case prior to issuing my decision, Cox wrote. And let's see, finally, this story. Well, there's a great story about things about the new vice presidential candidate, Tim Walz. Things that there's a whole list of things that he's a very recent social media darling. He just started going online and doing like dad jokes and things. He started the whole weird thing. It was him that started that weird. He named a highway after Prince.
That's all I need to know.
Talked about that yesterday. It says here, he reminds you of your high school history teacher for a reason. He was a high school teacher. He taught in China in 1989 and speaks some Mandarin.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's a veteran.
Yeah.
He was a rare breed in Congress, a Democrat from the rural Midwest. They're mostly Republicans. He's a Nebraskan by birth. Got involved in politics after being barred from a George W. Bush rally. He was in 2004. He was still a teacher. He accompanied some students to the rally and objected when, in his telling, they were denied entrance for having volunteered for Democrats. No, you can't come in. The woman who trained him to run for office is now his lieutenant governor.
Oh.
He was an early supporter of gay rights.
Wait, back to the lieutenant governor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Peggy Flanagan is her name.
She's Native American.
Oh.
And if he becomes vice president and leaves the governor, she
takes
will be
over.
the first female Native American governor of a state.
Flanagan, that doesn't sound Native American.
I don't know where that came from, but
he was an early supporter of gay rights. He at the high school in Minnesota, he sponsored a gay-straight alliance. He has shifted politically on a bunch of issues to become more liberal. He's a gun owner and hunts pheasants and turkeys. And let's see, he and his wife had 2 children through in vitro fertilization.
Oh,
so he's a big proponent of that.
Mm-hmm.
He coached the 1999 football state champions. Pretty cool. He's a Lutheran, and he doesn't drink. He had a DUI in 1995. He stopped drinking alcohol after he was pulled over for speeding in 1995 and failed a sobriety test. His wife said at the time, "You have an obligation to people. You can't keep making dumb choices."
Mm-hmm.
And so he says,
there we go.
And he doesn't drink coffee either.
Weather, traffic.
oh, like I was saying, we got smoke on the way. We'll have smoky skies from these fires today, tomorrow. The hope is there's a storm coming through on Friday that will clear some of that out, but be prepared for some bad air the next couple of days. 100 today, then we hopefully go back down into the 90s starting tomorrow. Traffic, we have a crash northbound SR 36. This is out in Lake Point, milepost 65. It is off to the right shoulder. That's the only accident that's being reported. If you see something, you can let us know. Text it to us, 33986.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. They sacrifice for their country, and they're repaid with duct-taped and loner legs. Travis Vandella died 3 times in triage and medevac, by his own account, after the lead Humvee he was directing in Iraq in 2007 drove over an improvised explosive device and blew off both of his legs. Scott Restivo lost his right leg to infection and sepsis in 2018 after surgery to address injuries he suffered at Fort Drum, New York, and aggravated in Iraq and Afghanistan. Bone cancer claimed Army parachute rigger Matt Brown's left leg after he served for years at Fort Liberty, North Carolina. There's no question about what the 3 Army veterans and others gave for their country. But now, still active in their prime, in their 40s, they're fighting to make sure that their country doesn't give up on them. From Utah to Tennessee to North Carolina, they say they're all experiencing similar frustrations with the dense bureaucracy and gaps in care for prosthetics and accessibility equipment provided by the Department of Veterans Affairs. Restivo has relied on duct tape and loaner legs since last year,
This is unacceptable.
awaiting repairs to a chip malfunction in his prosthetic. Vendella has been bumming rides to the high school where he coaches football until a VA contractor finally installed the retrofits to help him drive his new truck. And Brown was shocked when a vendor repossessed an ankle joint that improved his mobility because he said the VA hadn't paid the bill.
Unacceptable.
Absolutely unacceptable.
Totally.
And their stories go on as they fight this bureaucracy trying to get they sacrifice for their country. And they give them duct tape and
They
loaner
should have
legs.
the best care.
Yeah. Absolutely. Boner candidate number 3.
All right. Let's review the first two and vote.
Well, I don't know if that's really necessary, but we will anyway. Boner candidate number 1. Oh, the things we do for love. This guy who worked for the subway system in New York, slashing his hands, making everything look like he needed some time off. He had to go visit his girlfriend. He just wanted time off. That's all.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 2. The name of your product is misleading, I'm afraid. It's not tadpole water. There are no tadpoles in there. They're chia seeds. Maybe if you drank tadpoles, it would help you lose weight. The chia seeds probably will not. Boner candidate number 2 and boner candidate number 3. They sacrifice for their country, and we repay them with duct tape and loaner legs.
All right. Here we go. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst. Which one deserves to be boner of the day for today, August 7, 2024? Which one is the worst? Which one should be boner of the day? 1, 2, or 3? Remember your candidate number. The one that you think should win. Put those single digits, the single digit of the one that you think should win in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth, 877-602-9696. Or you can go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, August 7, 2024. Click and vote. And if you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. Now, you've got like 4 minutes to get your vote in, so let's go. But right after that, as soon as we award Boner of the Day, that means that the phone lines will be wide open, and your questions for our veterinarian, Dr. Josh Davis, will be needed. Dr. Josh Davis in the studio after these messages to answer your veterinary questions, your puppies, your kitties. Your chance to talk to a vet. 877-602-9696. Oh, you got 4 minutes. Let's go.
Listen to Radio from Hell at Home when you first wake.
Email of interest I have here.
Oh, is it of interest?
It is really.
Emails of interest.
Well, last week we were talking about the Liberace Museum, and had some old, kind of quaint old pictures of Carrie and I at the Liberace Museum, which doesn't exist anymore, with Dora Liberace. Carrie and I posing for pictures. I was in front of one of his Rolls Royces, and Carrie was with Dora Liberace, gesturing to the largest rhinestone in the world. And Liberace said at one time, "I'd much rather have rhinestones than diamonds."
Why?
I don't know. That's just the
I
kind of
should
guy
have
he was.
more of them.
Yeah,
probably.
because you there is a certain, you can put them everywhere, and they sparkle.
Nobody really knows.
So we're talking about the museum, and it closed down, but we found out. I did a little research quickly and found out that it still sort of exists, and they will loan out parts of the museum for exhibits and things, and when requested. And part of the museum was in Michael Jackson's old house in Las Vegas. Yeah. And then the other was in I forget what it was, a garage or something. Well, we get this email from Brian Harris. Folks, I found myself with some free time in Las Vegas Sunday. Imagine my surprise when the temporary exhibit at the Nevada Museum was Liberace.
Oh!
And
what are the odds?
he sent us a couple of pictures. He said, unfortunately, there was no Rolls Royce, but if you go to x96.com/live, there are a couple of pictures he sent us. There's Liberace's piano covered with rhinestones.
And his suit covered in rhinestones.
Yeah. And, and there's over there in the corner this here picture, I think. And then there's he sent another picture, too, of more Liberace costumes. That one in the middle is ostrich feathers.
The pink one?
Yeah. And it's
huge, fabulous.
Look at the huge train behind it. And he would wear that out on stage. It's just astonishing stuff. And then Brian in his email says, is this the opposite, by the way, of things that must go? I mean, where if all three of you talk about something, it comes to pass. That
is a really weird confluence of events.
Coincidence, yeah, that he managed to find Liberace.
Well, and they don't have it out all the time. It's not like it's a special exhibit.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. Yeah, it's if you ever get a chance to watch the Liberace, you go find it. Watch that Liberace show with Michael Douglas.
Under the Candelabra.
Is that what it's called? Under the Candelabra? Because it really is quite an accurate portrayal of Liberace's life, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And he was an interesting kid. You know, Liberace, I think he's from the Bronx or something like that, or someplace in New York.
He's from Wisconsin, Bill.
Was it Wisconsin?
I just looked it up because I was wondering what Liberace's first name was.
Lee.
Walzu.
What is
not exactly a name built for showbiz.
What's his whole name?
It's Waldziu.
Waldziu?
Valentino. That tracks.
Okay, Valentino, yeah.
Liberace. His Polish and Italian parents.
Wow.
And he I remember when I was a kid seeing a movie that was about his life, I think, that he starred in. Anyway, he was a fabulous entertainer.
He's from Milwaukee. You would think he'd be from somewhere more exotic.
$986.
7:49. Time to award boner of the day,
and it's brought to you in part by a chicken and rice dish of some sort.
And Gracie's open daily for lunch and dinner, now serving brunch every Friday, Saturday, Sunday till 3 p.m. Live entertainment nightly on the patio. Gracie's, located at the corner of 3rd Southwest Temple, must be 21 or older to enter.
Well, there were 4 people who didn't want boner candidate number 1 to feel bad. And there were 5 people who didn't want boner candidate number 2.
Has there ever been voting like this? I mean, under 10 for each other candidate?
Occasionally, when I pick really crappy candidates for the, neither of them were really strong contenders. 240 votes. It would have won no matter what it was up against, probably.
Yeah.
240 votes for boner candidate number 3. The sacrifices that these guys made for their country, and we repay them by not giving them the stuff they need.
What's your boner of the day for today, August 7, 2024, now qualified to be boner of the week? Is this a sponsored feature?
It should be.
Well, it's time to talk kitties and puppies, mainly, your pets, with our veterinarian, Dr. Josh Davis. Is that short for Joshua?
It is, yeah.
Your parents named you Joshua.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I don't know why, but they did. So we'll take it.
Because they're biblical scholars, right?
Probably, yeah. I could definitely see that from them.
Speaking of you, Dr. Josh Davis, as a child, what pets did you have as a child?
Growing up, we had a couple of dogs, cats. I had a hamster for a while, some fish.
They're kind of fine little pets.
Yeah, kind of moved through, but now we're cat people, as you guys know. Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Crinkles.
If you
Mr.
have
Crinkles.
Mr. Crinkles and go to Instagram, and it's Mr. How do you find it on Instagram?
It's Mr. So Mister and then Crinkles. Yeah,
Okay.
you should
With
be
a
able
K.
to find it if you search that way. Yeah, if you search that way.
Yeah, Crinkles with a K.
He's the hairless cat.
The hairless monster.
877-602-9696. If you have hairless monsters or other puppies or kitties that you would like to talk about, ask the veterinarian.
All right, let's begin with Sean. Hello, Sean.
Sean, where are you calling from?
West Jordan, actually. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing great. What do you got for us?
We have 2 golden retrievers, amazing dogs, and they seem to always, one of them in particular always has really itchy ears. So we've brought them to the vet, and they give us the solution to put in there, and it seems to work really well. But it seems like when we stop that, it kind of just goes right back, and they're always itching at his ears, and it's...
What are the dogs' names?
There's something we can do at home.
What are the dogs' names?
Marley and Scout.
Marley and Scout.
And which one has the itchy ears, the most itchy?
Barley.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and for the golden retrievers, they are one of those poster child breeds for having ear problems. And a couple watch-outs I would tell you is, one is make sure the other dog isn't licking at the ears, because that can keep the ear infection being a problem, because moisture isn't your friend. So swimming, bathing, other dogs licking, that's something you got to avoid or at least address. And then most ear infections are secondary to another problem. So very common dogs, if they have itchy skin, otherwise they may have allergic dermatitis. And so if you never address the real problem, you'll never get the ears. You'll always be maintaining them, and then they tend to get worse and worse over time. So you got to find the underlying problem, whether it's allergies or something else going on.
And he's wondering if there's a home remedy that they can...
So the best maintenance until you track that down would be the ear cleaning solutions. And I do recommend like veterinary products, because there's a lot of other ones out there that just don't work that well. And then medication for really bad flare-ups or yeast infections, things like that.
Okay.
Okay, so when we're at the vet, just ask him to find a different problem besides the ears that are probably causing the ear itching.
Yeah, ears are rarely the primary problem. Yep.
All right.
Thank you, Sean. All right, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks, Carrie. Bye.
That was Sean. I think that was Sean from the HVAC. Sean Larson.
Yeah.
Might be.
He's a friend of the program. We keep telling you he's a friend.
I know that.
We don't lie about
I just
these
recognized
things.
his voice right at the end there.
Hi, Doc. I have 2. I have Shih Tzus, Ralphie and Rudy. Weird question. Whenever I put lotion on my legs, they follow me around and try to lick it off.
Well, it smells like candy.
Is lotion harmful for them?
I do that with my wife.
Jeez.
Yeah, that is pretty common. Actually, Mr. Crinkles will do the same thing sometimes. But in small amounts shouldn't be a problem. But, the best you can, try to get them directed to doing something else.
You little lotion lickers, quit it.
Won't hurt anything in small amounts.
There you go.
877-602-9696. You can talk to Dr. Josh Davis, as veterinarian, answer your puppy and kitty questions.
Here's an odd one. And again, I wish they would have called so we could ask more questions. Do you have any recommendations for a flavored nasal decongestion for cats?
Flavored. Why would you want
See,
it
again,
flavored?
if you'd call in, we could ask you these questions.
Oh, maybe because I'm guessing because you can't get the cat to take it because
you spray it in their mouth,
or there are you can get compounded oral medications that are flavored, so cats tolerate them better. So it's hard to say without knowing the background on it.
And yes, that was Sean from Larson HVAC.
I knew it.
We'll continue after these messages with your calls. All right, they're starting to come in now. 877-602-9696. Or text your questions for Dr. Josh Davis, our veterinarian, 33986. Traffic.
Okay, crash northbound I-15 milepost 284. That's SR92 exit in Utah County, off to the left shoulder. Then just a little bit of normal morning slowage. It looks like northbound I-15 through Point of the Mountain into downtown Salt Lake. But no other accidents to tell you about. I'd like to tell you about this thing I'm doing Saturday at the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium. It's the Hollywood U2 concert. This is like the best rated U2 tribute band in the world. They're having a concert at Loveland Living Planet Aquarium, and when you buy tickets to the show, which goes on under the claw, just like U2 did, that's where that came from, so you're going to experience it like they're there. You also get tickets to the aquarium, so you can take the kids to the aquarium, go to a concert. I'll be there this Saturday, so just go to lovelandlivingplanetaquarium.org to buy tickets.
All right, thank you very much. KXRK Provo, 33986 to text your questions in. We've got phone calls coming in as well for Dr. Josh Davis. Stand by. Zero res.
You're probably not like me. It's probably...
That's undoubtedly.
It's probably been a while since you've had your carpets cleaned.
Yes.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
But it's probably time to do it. Call Zero Res. This is a good time to do it. Not just for your carpets. Tile, rugs, upholstery, basically every service in your home can be Zero Resified. And right now you can get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at just $99. It's also a perfect time of year to get your air ducts cleaned. Carrie's had this done. 20% off your air duct cleaning right now. This will help alleviate allergies. If you've got asthma, if you have pets that shed and have dander, that all ends up in your air ducts, and then you're breathing it again. It'll also help lower your energy bills because your HVAC won't have to work so hard to clean. All of that can be done by going to zerores.com and booking your appointment. Just when you do, make sure you ask for the X96 special, or you can call them 801-288-9376. Zero Res.
So it's National Donkey Week, and I've always had kind of an appreciation of donkeys. And years ago, when KJQ in Ogden, where I was working there, were you working there at the time we got Buster?
Not when you got Buster.
But he was already there.
He was there when I arrived. Yeah.
Buster was a little burro or donkey that the BLM used to do adopt a burro program. And the station owner and manager at the time, Tom Greenlee, said, you know what? Let's see if we can adopt one of these donkeys. We'll adopt one. It'll be the station mascot. Okay. So we did. And, in fact, we got this little donkey named Buster. We named him Buster, the KJQ. I think we called him the Burro. KJQ
Buster Burro.
Yeah. And he was everything you would expect in a donkey. Yeah. He was stubborn. He was stinky.
Ill-tempered.
And ill-tempered. But a fine... he could have been... If we'd known what we were doing, you could have trained him to be a fine little animal. Or we could have taken him to the gravel pit. No. But we would try to take Buster to various events. He was our mascot, so we could take him to events. So I think it was the Christmas parade, which is held in right after Thanksgiving in Ogden in November. I think they still do it. And so we said, let's have Buster in the parade. We'll walk the parade route with Buster. So we got a horse trailer. And we managed to get it was kind of hard to get Buster into the trailer. We'd push him in, and but finally we get him into the trailer, and we drive up to the parade route, which is a mile away or something like that. And we open the back of the horse trailer, and Buster he's like upside down. His legs are sticking in the air. His neck is at an odd angle. And
Buster,
and Tom goes, "Oh my God, Buster, he's dead. He's dead. We've killed the donkey." And I mean, he was yelling. And I get there were horsemen, cowboys in the parade. And I guess this guy heard Tom yelling about the burro being dead, and he comes walking up to the trailer, and he looks in there, and he goes, "Hell, he ain't dead." And he sort of jerked the rope around Buster's neck, and Buster sort of stood up. He ain't dead. What the? He's just a donkey, And so we got him out of the trailer just fine. And actually, I think he walked the entire parade route with Tom leading him by a rope.
I'm going to post it in a minute, but I have a picture of my dad.
Oh,
Tom Barbary in California when he worked at K-Sly. They had a radio station donkey.
Really?
And in the parade, I'll post it, but he had a big sign that said the K-Sly Mobile News Team.
All right, that's it. I'm contacting the FCC today about making sure that radio stations do not get live animals as mascots.
I was wondering. I wonder if
last people should be taking care of animals, radio people.
I was wondering I wonder if there are any pictures around of Buster. Huh.
I'm sure Tom might have some.
I think I used to have some, but
I saw a video of a baby donkey that was being cuddled like a human baby.
Did it have jammies on?
It was all curled up like this, being held by a guy. It was adorable. I thought, they're cute one day, I guess.
They are remarkable animals. I mean, if you train them right, and they can carry a lot of stuff, and But yeah, poor Buster. I don't know what became of Buster. Actually, I
haven't a clue.
I think we must have finally given him to
somebody. Come and take him.
Yeah, he had a farm. He's living on a farm now. I'm sure.
A farm?
Yeah, I'm sure Buster's living on a farm or was living on a farm up in Box Elder County somewhere.
Or the idea of a farm.
Yes, something like that. Or maybe that glue you're using today.
Oh, boo!
Yeah, that could happen too.
Mr. Fluffy in Roy has a question for Dr. Davis, and I said, Mr. Fluffy, you should call in so we can ask you questions.
Mr. Fluffy is a cat in Roy.
In Roy. 33986 for texting, but call in, Dr. Davis, 877-602-9696.
He's a cat. He can't call.
Cats can do lots of things.
Hey, if he can text, he can call, and apparently he texted.
Oh, that's true.
Cats in Roy in particular are very...
Roy cats?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very smart.
When I lived in Roy, I had a cat with 6 fingers.
Did you?
Yeah. On each hand.
All right, if you have a question for Dr. Josh Davis, it's 877-602-9696. Questions about your puppies and your kitties. Please tell us the name of your animal when you call in or text us.
We had a full bank of phones, and then 2 of them got lazy and dropped out. So, sorry, 877-602-9696. Jenna is here. Hello.
Hi, Jenna.
Good morning, Carrie, Bill, and Gina, and Dr. Josh.
Good morning. Where are you, Jenna? Where are you calling from?
Well, I'm driving from Spanish Fork to Salt Lake City into work. So.
Okay. What's your question?
So my dog, Callie, she's 1.5 years old. She's a Border Collie Heeler Kelpie mix, so the ultimate farm dog. She is ultra itchy on her skin, kind of going with the other one with the golden retrievers with the ears, but all over. So she will get up in the middle of the night especially, and I'm surprised that we don't wake up with open wounds in the morning because she's scratching that hard. We've changed food. We've done where we're not giving her baths on a regular basis because I don't know if that would dry out her skin anymore. And then if we do give her a bath, it's non-shampoo and it's medicated. And then did I say we changed her to grain-free food? We're trying a little bit of the raw diet as well, just to try and get some different nutrients in.
Mm-hmm.
But the vets are kind of baffled by this little one.
Yeah, I mean, just based on your description, it definitely sounds like probably falling into that allergic dermatitis category, which there can be lots of triggers for that in the environment. And so I think probably doing some good things, good starter things for that. And also, often if the dog is that itchy, you want to make sure we rule out any parasites. So often a dose of parasite control isn't a bad thing to do. And then being on the right medicated shampoo, and then I recommend a leave-in medicated kind of a mousse that you can rub into the really trouble areas. But it sounds like you probably should be on something to control the actual allergy or itch. And two of the favorites that dermatologists and just regular vets like me use would be Apoquel or Cytopoint. Those are two
I've used
very good
Apoquel
options.
with
Yeah.
Riley. Yeah.
Because if you don't get the itch under control, eventually you'll start to damage the skin, and then you get into this cycle where they're always itchy and they're actually harming themselves, and then you're treating bacterial infections and all that stuff. So, and then just one other plug is there is links to grain-free diets and heart disease. So we do always recommend you avoid grain-free diets because they can cause harm to some dogs.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you. All right, let's go to Jamie. Hello, Jamie.
Good morning. How are you all?
Hi.
Good. Where are you calling from, Jamie?
I am on my way to work in American Fork.
All right.
Awesome.
What's your dog's name and what's going on?
Yes, I have a 9-month-old French bulldog. His name is Jagger. And anytime he eats food or a treat, he foams at his mouth so much. Sometimes his mouth gets so full of foam that he actually vomits.
Huh.
Well,
So I'm not sure if that'll eventually go away, or I don't know why he does all that foaming.
Yeah, for some dogs, if they are like really excited or really food motivated, they can have a lot of excess drooling, and the big jowl dogs like your bulldogs and French bulldogs, when they're eating, they can just get really into it and they'll kind of froth all of that up. So I would make sure we're not eating too fast, which can lead to vomiting and regurgitation if they're eating too fast, because they'll gulp a lot of air, and then that can perpetuate the problem. But it doesn't sound like a problem per se. It sounds fairly normal for that kind of dog.
It's normal disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he throws up just a big pile of foam.
Yeah. So he may just be gulping a lot of air when we're doing that stuff. So, yeah.
Okay, great.
So just tell him to slow down. Chew your food.
Yes.
Eat him one kibble at a time.
Yes, really.
All right.
No, he's the funnest breed we've ever had. He's got a great personality.
They're little cuties.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jamie.
Super fun. Thank you.
Let's go to Emma. Hello, Emma.
Emma, where are you calling us from today?
Hi, I am calling from Midvale.
All right, what's your question?
So I am currently struggling with trying to deal with some bed bugs, and I have one little kitty. Her name is Tennessee, and I'm wondering if I need to get her checked at all. She hasn't been itchy, but I'm just a little paranoid. So
that she can get the bed bugs from your problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, and bed bugs are a nasty, nasty beast for sure. So biggest thing you got to make sure of is that you're getting them cleared out of your environment, and there's lots of resources about that and pest control and everything that way. So and pets could be secondarily affected by that, and there are some very good just all around parasite control things you can do to help mitigate while you're getting the house cleaned up there. One of my favorites for cats, it's called Revolution Plus, and it's a pretty broad spectrum anti-parasite medication. So, but the environment is going to be the biggest thing you got to tackle, so you don't keep having recurrent problems from that, because they can be really tough to get rid of.
But if I take Revolution Plus, do I have to? I don't have to worry about bed bugs.
Well, I wish they had stuff like that for people. To be honest with you, yeah, I'd take that stuff in a heartbeat. But
All right,
thanks, Emma.
Thank you, Emma. Let's go to George. Hi, George.
Hey, George, where are you calling from?
I am calling from Liberty Wells. I'm on a walk with my dog right now.
Okay, what's up?
All right.
Well, my dog, Shadow, he's a 1-year-old golden retriever. He woke up this morning with an eye infection in his left eye. We have a vet appointment today to take him to, but I'm wondering if there's any, like, over-the-counter things that I can pick up at the store to get him to start treating that.
Yeah, the only safe thing you could probably do, and I would still get checked out because it can look like an eye infection, but you can also have a scratch on the cornea, which is really painful and won't get better without help usually. Also, they can get things like foxtail weeds in their eyes, all sorts of stuff. So, but you can just get like regular saline eye flush just to help kind of gently flush out the goobers that they usually develop. But get seen no matter what, because you don't want to risk an eye that gets worse before you get seen. So get seen today.
Shadow almost sounds like a child there.
I know,
That's
right?
amazing.
So smart.
That would be the chat.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, George.
Good luck, George.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Let's go to Mandy. Hello, Mandy.
Hey, good morning.
Hi.
I'm on my way to work.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm in Magna. My kitty, his name is Henry Bosworth Furry Fellow.
Of course.
He's a ragdoll. And he has reoccurring since December, like ear infections and dirty ears, which I clean out, but then it seems to turn into ear infections, and we think it's allergies. We have him on an allergy pill, and we do put drops in his ear. They're steroid drops, but when we go too long without the steroid drops, then we have to do them again. So it's kind of just like been a vicious cycle for the past few months.
Everyone's dealing with the same problem.
Yeah, this time of year, it's always skin stuff, yeah. And cats are a lot less common to get ear issues, so one of the things, I mean, you want to make sure you're doing, good cleaning, keeping the debris out of there as much as possible. And then if there are the underlying allergies, so you're definitely dealing with that. Sometimes even making diet changes can be helpful there. But cats can also get a thing, they're called polyps, and they can get them kind of in the back of their throat, sometimes in the tube that leads to the ear, which can make it difficult to get rid of those things. And unfortunately, the only way to do that is usually advanced imaging, either scopes or sometimes even CT scans to make sure there's not polyps causing the problem. And then just treating whatever infection that your vet is detecting in there. So they can be a little bit tricky in cats, and you have to be careful because it's easy to injure their eardrums and cause problems for them too. So,
All right.
Yeah. We have him on a grain-free diet, but yeah, so anything else besides the imaging?
Yeah, and we mentioned on a previous call, there is some risk with grain-free diets and heart disease. So I would, they're not truly hypoallergenic anyway. So I would urge you to you probably even get on an actual prescription limited ingredient or allergy diet, because then you'll know what you're dealing with. And the grain-free, like I said, it's risky. So I would avoid that if you can.
Okay.
What is it, a fad or something to do that?
Yeah, anything that is a fad in people becomes a fad in animals, because you can make money on it, But
My cat's gluten intolerant.
Yeah,
Don't tell me
most
he's
pets
not.
are not gluten or wheat intolerant. Usually, it's a meat protein for them. So there's a lot of misconception about that.
All right. Thank you, Mandy.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much.
That it?
That is all the time we have.
All right. Dr. Josh Davis, thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks, you guys. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you very much. Traffic.
Crash westbound I-80, exit 118. This is the Redwood off-ramp there. And just another gentle reminder about the 201 where they're doing the bridge reconstruction at about 32nd West. It's just kind of a mess, and you're going to want to, if that's part of your regular commute, probably for the next couple months you want to find a different way around that, because it's going to be an issue for a while. And I'm looking at the UDOT camera. It looks like there's lots of slowage around that area. That's why. So find a different way until, October, I think, is when they'll be done with that. That's traffic.
All right. Beat Gina coming up after these messages. It's pop culture trivia, multiple choice. Easy to play, easy to win. What is the prize?
Tickets to see Blue October, Saturday, August 24th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
Blue October tickets, 877-602-9696. All you have to do is play Beat Gina coming up after these messages and a song. It looks like we have potpourri today. Some leftover unused questions of various subjects, but it's all pop culture. 877-602-9696. Call, play, win. Beat Gina. UtahAdvocates.com.
I believe that the apple tree campaign for back to school, I think is still continuing at the Advocates, where they buy backpacks and school supplies for kids who are in shelter. So check that out. They've extended it a little bit. They need more than they've been getting so far. So please donate $20 via Venmo at Advocates Donations, the Apple Tree Project for that the Road Home and the Advocates are sponsoring. But when you've been involved in an accident, you also need to contact the Advocates.
Not just car accidents, it's summer. All kinds of things can happen where you're injured and it's not your fault. Get the Advocates involved as soon as possible.
801-355-5550, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You never pay a dime out of your own pocket. You can also schedule an appointment with them or talk to them online at UtahAdvocates.com. So I've been looking through this University of Utah library archive of all this radio stuff. And there's an interview here with Tom Barberi, Gina's dad. An interview conducted by Glenda Reeson, and it's a transcript of it. And should we do a little bit of this? Did it open for you?
It's being very difficult.
I mean, I can just read it if you want, but...
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So, Glenda Reeson, who is... So, Phil Reeson was Tom's sports guy? Or just partner on the radio?
No, they did news.
They did news and stuff. And so Glenda was his wife.
Mm-hmm.
So she's interviewing Tom Barberi, and this is at Call Radio. And Call Radio. And they're this is in 1985.
Okay.
And they're talking about somebody named Benny, who I think is the station owner.
Station manager owner, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
should we start with...
you want to be Glenda or you want to be Tom?
I'll be Tom.
Okay, I'll be Glenda. I would like to ask you, Tom, to give me your job description.
What's a job description?
Well, then let me ask you, do you consider yourself a DJ or a radio personality?
Glenda's doing a project on the radio, so we have to do an interview thing. Job description. I'd like to know what the answer is to that one.
Well, I thought about interviewing Benny. Maybe I'll just have to ask him the same question.
That would be an interesting answer. I would like to know what his job description is.
No, what his idea of your job description is.
Well, my job description is play lots of commercials and make Benny rich, I suppose. Well, job description.
Well, you like being called a DJ, or would you rather be called a personality?
Well, DJ is not a bad term, except it is misleading because it means a disc jockey, and I haven't played a disc in years. I think DJ is the term that fits more in the top 40, more music-formatted radio stations. They're legitimate disc jockeys, per se. I guess the job description, for lack of a better term, is to call us personalities, which means that we are supposed to be unique individuals, and we do unique and individual things on the radio. That'll work as a job description, I guess.
Well, I bought this book because I wanted to read you. I mean, this is what they're teaching in college. I wanted to read this little section to you. When he is describing DJs or radio personalities, he says, the author, most DJs have giant egos. Most male DJs I know are 5 or 6 inches shorter than the norm and have 3 things in common. They're generally insecure, divorced, and almost always attractive.
That's about 95% correct, I would say.
His feeling about DJs, they are real unique people, but I don't think that they're always hyperactive.
No.
Are you insecure?
Very. Oh, I think so. Ask Harpo, he knows. I think everybody in this kind of business, whether you want to call it show business or whatever, you have to have basic insecurities. And I think that's probably the fuel that makes you run, because you have to have that content, that constant need to be liked and constant need for approval. And that's what we do as performers. We're looking for approval. We want the laugh or the applause or the strokes that you get from people saying that they like what you do and support and so on. So the basic insecurities feed the fire that keeps you trying to perform.
Well, does it have to do with ego, or are those two separate? Because there is a basic insecure personality. Does that mean your ego's oversized, or do you...
I'm not a psychiatrist, but I would say that you can't separate the two, because the ego and the insecurity, I think both of them work together to make us run. Because I work very hard every morning for 4 solid hours to try to better what I did yesterday or better what I did the previous hour, try to come up with something new that's going to make somebody say, hey, did you hear that Tom this morning. That's my goal, is to get people to listen and then maybe comment on the fact that I said something either funny or interesting or something that piqued their interest.
Well, do you consider yourself easygoing as opposed to being an intense person?
Very.
You're very easygoing?
Oh, I think so.
And is your desk neat all the time?
Really? It's organized disorder. I like things in their place. I need everything to be cleaned up and proper. I can't stand mess for some reason. Is that true?
Yeah.
Was he clean freak?
Yeah.
Things have to be very orderly. And it's just that way in the studio. I've got to have everything just so, otherwise it upsets me mentally for some stupid reason. I don't know what. I like things all in their place and everything is very neat. I don't think I'm hyperactive. If anything, I'm a very lazy person.
Yes.
I'm only hyperactive between 6 and 10 when I'm doing my show. Then it's a constant high-speed whirlwind of mental activity.
But to most people, that is 8 hours worth of work.
To do what I think is a good show, or to do what I really think is what I'm paid to do at 10 o'clock, I'm mentally exhausted. I'm really tired. It takes me about a half hour to come down from that high level. I had a couple of these blood pressure tests when the different health organizations were around. They'd come out for a promotion. They took my blood pressure when I'm off the air, and it's absolutely skyrocketing. But after I come off the air, my body comes back to some semblance of normalcy, and I don't have high blood pressure. But for those 4 hours, I'm at such an emotional peak that by 10 o'clock, I'm really tired. I'm kind of wiped out.
And you still say you're easygoing.
Very, after 10 o'clock.
After 10 o'clock.
I'm not demanding.
I've jumped around on the question, so I'll have to check my notes. Let's look at your background. Where are you from and how you got started in the business? Is this interesting?
For me, I don't know.
Well, we do the show for us.
Yeah.
This is my dad's been gone for a while. This is nice to have him around.
Talk a little bit about how you got started. Before we start that, would you tell me your age range?
My age range? I'm between birth and death. Partly close to the latter at this point.
Well, I know what you are. I know that you are about my age.
42, barely. The ink's not even dry on the card that I never got. Paper's even worn off on the present that I didn't receive.
Your background?
Background. I was born in a small farm community, just a farming background. All my family's a big, all-Italian family, all farmers and ranchers. I grew up in San Jose, all the normal stuff. Went to high school, went to college, went to 3 colleges. Because of athletics, I went to 3 different colleges, played football, wrestled in college, San Jose City College, Idaho State University, Cal Poly, Luis Obispo. I left college before getting a degree because I was injured and I couldn't play sports anymore, which was the only reason for going to school, right? Drink beer, play football, chase girls. I was a failure in all 3. I was good at drinking beer.
Were you a loner or outgoing? Were you more secure with a group of people?
We'll have to continue.
Oh, I need to know what happened.
Well, it's all.
You can look it up for yourself. It's at the University of Utah. You see, there are dozens of these oral histories of people who are in media. Many of the names you do not recognize, and some of the names you think, how the hell they're there and I'm not?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing with most of them.
I think we need to get in touch with the head of the communications department.
Give them our stuff.
We have a bunch of stuff.
Well, I think maybe the communication department at the library too.
Craig Worth.
Yeah, Craig Worth.
Talk to Craig.
Imagine?
It's tragedy. Ween has canceled the remaining of their tour.
How could that happen?
I mean, it's sad. Dean Ween says in a statement, he needs to step away from performing live in order to preserve my mental and spiritual well-being. I'm guessing because he's just tired of
doing that song.
Oogie,
That's the only song they do.
Oogie, oogie.
You go for 90 minutes,
wow.
And it's a 90-minute version of that song.
There you go. All right, Ween. 8:25 is this sponsored, Gina?
Yes. It's sponsored by Catch Blue October, Saturday, August 24th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater with Switchfoot and Matt Nathanson. You can find all the information and ticket links at x96.com.
Well, I'm devastated to know that Ween has canceled.
Oh.
They're still doing a final show at the Chocolate and Cheese 30th Anniversary Philadelphia TNG Pavilion show.
Oh,
so I'll go to that one. Chocolate and Cheese. But in the meantime, why don't we all play Beat Gina? But first, ladies, you know, as a professional game show announcer,
yes,
all that I, Johnny Ola, wants is for you to be happy at home with your man.
Of course.
So let me ask this. How's your husband's disposition?
Oh.
Is he irritable? Moody? Hard to please? You feel discouraged, hurt, but it probably is all your own fault.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Because disposition depends largely on digestion. You don't cook him well-balanced meals.
It's true,
Gina.
Fats, vitamins, carbohydrates, proteins, minerals, all of them are needed to stay and keep the human machine in good running order.
It's your fault.
So, valuable facts on nutrition are given to you in the new Butterick Cookbook. Make your home a happy home, ladies. Make your man a happy man. Order your Butterick Cookbook today.
I'm ordering now.
My mother had that.
And now, he always says money isn't everything, but it's way ahead of what's ever in second place.
Yeah.
Your host, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola, professional game show announcer.
Boogie, oogie, oogie.
Putting the blame squarely where it belongs.
On the wife.
On the wife.
On the wife. Mrs. Ola.
Yes?
She cooks for me and with vitamins, fats, carbohydrates,
Oh.
proteins, minerals. They're all there.
Okay. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Looks like you'll be playing against Robin.
Hi,
Robin,
Robin.
are you there?
Hey, yeah, I'm
Hi,
here.
Robin. All right, let's toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game. Heads or tails?
Let's go with tails.
All right, let's see what happens. It is, in fact, tails.
Ah, you're one step closer to winning these tickets to see Blue October, Saturday, August 24th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
You won the coin toss, so the first question is for you to answer, Robin. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, I'll allow Gina to answer the question, the same question. If she answers it correctly, she'll steal the point away from you, and we'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. It's multiple choice pop culture trivia. We've got some leftover M. Night Shyamalan trivia from yesterday. So let's begin there. Robin, first question for you. M. Night Shyamalan turned down directing 3 movies from what major franchise? They said, here, you can just do them all. Is it 1, Slaughtered Vomit Dolls?
It's a good series.
There were 4 of them.
Yeah.
2, Harry Potter. 3, the Ginger Dead Man trilogy. Or 4, Lord of the Rings.
Let's go with Harry Potter.
Potter is correct.
That's a point for Robin. Now we go to Gina.
Gina?
Yes.
What was M. Night Shyamalan's first breakthrough movie? The one that made him.
Okay.
Was it 1, The Sixth Sense?
Okay.
Is it 2, Killed the Family and Went to the Movies?
Yes.
Was it 3, Aqua Teen Hunger Force : movie film for theaters?
My favorite.
Or 4, Signs?
Oh, it'd be The Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense is correct, yes.
1-1. Back to Robin.
Robin, what is M. Night Shyamalan's worst-rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes? 5%.
Really?
His worst-rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes. Is it 1, Why We're Killing Gunter?
That was gripping.
I liked it. 2, the Tale of the Voodoo Prostitute. 3, The Happening. Or 4, The Last Airbender.
Let's go with The Happening.
The Happening? Oh, no.
Oh, I would have said that.
What?
It was The Last Airbender.
It was, in fact, The Last Airbender. He caught hell for that one.
All right, Robin, I'm sorry. Gina got that point. It's 2-1. And, you know, Gina controls the question. Your fate is in her hands.
Gina?
Yes.
Oh, no.
In the movie Signs,
Yes.
now this may be a spoiler if you didn't see Signs.
It's the old movie.
All right. In Signs, What causes harm to the aliens?
Oh, this isn't fair. This is too easy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I've not seen it, so it's hard
You
for me.
haven't seen Psy?
No.
It's a good movie.
It's not quite as good as Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Well, yeah. In Signs, what causes harm to the aliens? Is it 1, Mel Gibson's reputation? Is it 2, they are allergic to cheese? Is it 3, water? Or 4, germs?
The daughter in the movie keeps leaving all these cups of water all over the house. And Mel Gibson's like, why do you keep doing this? And she's like, it's because it keep the aliens away. It's water.
It's water, that is correct.
Whereas it was germs that killed the Martians in War of the Worlds.
I threw germs in there to throw you off.
There's a winning game for Gina. I'm so sorry, Robin.
Sorry, Robin.
Oh, but,
That's okay.
Oh, see, Robin's she didn't argue with that.
Exactly.
She's a nice person, which means even though I beat you, you're still going to get these tickets to see Blue October, Saturday, August 24th.
Thank you.
There you go.
Well, that's great.
Hang on the line, Robin. We'll tell you how to get those.
I've got to go. I've got to ask Mrs. Zola why she keeps having those cups of water all over the house.
Strange, right? All right. Big Boy News now, brought to you by...
Waterproof your home with Baseco because water can make its way through your foundation in many different ways. Baseco specializes in a variety of permanent foundation waterproofing solutions tailored to your unique issue, from sump pumps all the way to major repairs, cracked settling foundations. Each solution backed by a guarantee. Schedule a free assessment today at baseco.net.
Thank you.
Eugene Levy.
Yes.
And his son, Dan.
Love them both.
Levy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can tell they're father and son if you look at the eyebrows.
Yeah.
They are in negotiations to MC together the 2024 Primetime Emmy Awards. Deadline is learned.
I might watch.
Just like in 2020 when the Levies' Schitt's Creek swept the comedy categories, the ceremony is airing on ABC this year. Sources stress that negotiations are ongoing. It's unclear whether a deal will be reached. Reps for the network, the TV Academy, and the actors have all declined comment. Eugene and Dan have done memorable stints presenting at award shows together, I guess. Most notably at the 2020 SAG Awards. They kicked off the ceremony with an opening monologue, and before presenting the night's first and final awards, the two also guest-hosted Ellen together. And Eugene, of course, appeared on Saturday Night Live when Dan hosted in 2021. I did not see that, but I understand it was very, very funny. Let's see. The best state in America.
Utah.
Yep.
Is it?
For the second year in a row, Utah was named the best state in the nation, according to the 2024 rankings from U.S. News and World Report.
Not for anything in particular, but
it ranks second in America for education, third for its economy and infrastructure, sixth for fiscal stability. Utah has a vibrant, diverse economy and unsurpassed natural beauty, but what truly sets our state apart is people, said Governor Spencer Cox in a statement. We lead the nation in volunteering and charitable giving every year, and this spirit of community leads to a collaborative approach to problem solving. States were evaluated in 8 categories: healthcare, education, economy, infrastructure, opportunity, fiscal stability, crime and corrections, and natural environment. More than 70 metrics and tens of thousands of data points were considered, including things like employment, internet access, affordability, and public safety. And in recent years, Utah has become a hub for startups and tech entrepreneurs, and the state also has had a low unemployment rate of just 2.8% when it was last measured in March.
Utah? Home of America's most powerful weirdos?
Yes.
Let's see. Democratic gubernatorial candidate Brian King.
Yes.
He knows all too well how difficult it is to be a Democrat in Utah, but he says he's learned in his 16 years on Capitol Hill how to work across the aisle to pick up incremental wins. He compared Democrats' approach in Utah to Avis Car Rentals' old corporation motto, "We try harder."
Democrats for you.
We are number 2, and we try very hard, King said
You
during
have
an
my
interview.
vote, King.
Yes.
With the KSL and Deseret News editorial boards on Monday. Democrats do have to work hard to get things done, but you have to make the effort to find common ground and work closely with your colleagues. King, being a Democrat in Utah is very much a David versus Goliath circumstance, King said. Now, he did note at the end of the story, David wins.
Okay.
In the David and Goliath scenario.
I was glad you did, so
yeah.
I didn't have to point it out.
Yeah, I am.
Well, some people haven't read the story.
I
They
still
don't know how it ends.
I still don't think it's a good analogy, however, because David wins. That's why. And Latter-day Saints for Kamala Harris.
It's catching up. Well, steam.
Is it?
Yeah. There's a good dozen of them. Good dozen Latter-day Saints for Kamala Harris.
There are more than that.
Oh, you're right. It's gone up to 20. They had a virtual rally organized by a group called Latter-day Saints for Harris. Had the blessing of the Harris campaign. The church does not weigh in on political campaigns and was not associated with the virtual call. Ben McAdams, former Democratic congressman from Utah, said as a member of the minority party in a state that is dominated by Republicans, he identifies as an optimist. And he said, there's this David and Goliath story. Oh, man. Let's see what else is going on here. How about, there's a Celeste Malloy story. She's still, that guy, that Colby Jenkins, he's still going to sue. He's going to sue. He's suing.
Why don't you and Phil Lyman go to lunch? You have time on your hands now.
Well, I'd like to go to lunch. Hello. Now that Kamala Harris and Donald Trump have chosen their running mates for the 2024 presidential election, one question remains. Will there be any debates? While a potential presidential debate is still up in the air with Trump and Harris failing to come up with an agreement, a vice presidential debate does appear somewhat more likely at this moment. Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance said at a campaign event that he will debate Tim Walz, but not until something else happens first. I absolutely want to debate Tim Walz, but I want to debate him after he's officially the nominee.
Well, so after convention?
Yeah. Vance went on to say that he called Walz to congratulate him on being named Harris's VP pick, but speculated that the top of the Democratic ticket could still change. Would it shock me if the Democrats pulled another switcheroo? No, it wouldn't.
Why would they?
So, look, we're going to wait until they actually nominate Kamala Harris and Tim Walz before we do any debates.
You're not really thinking that.
And I think Tim Walz said, I'd be happy to debate J.D. Vance. He'll just get up off of his sofa and get in there. We'll debate. Let's see. And... Carrie, there's a story here about Monster cereals.
Yes.
From the cereal desk.
From the cereal desk.
Yeah, they've revealed for their Halloween, and it's the same old ones, isn't it?
No, but read the story.
Halloween's hottest haunters are back, and this year they're joined by their one-of-a-kind scary sidekicks. For the first time ever, the beloved nostalgic Monster cereal characters, Count Chocula, Boo Berry, Frankenberry, and Caramella Creeper are accompanied by their frightful friend pets to bring more festive fun to the Halloween season. Like you, the monsters are also obsessed with their pets, and this year each classic cereal includes specialty marshmallows shaped like each of the characters' frightful friends.
So Count Chocula has a pet spider.
Of course.
Boo Berry has a cat, of course.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see. Carmela has a snake, I think.
Snake, yep.
And Frankenberry has a bat.
Why would Frankenberry have a bat?
Because you see the Count Chocula marshmallows are already shaped like bats. So
they're just reusing
them. They're just doing a different shape with a different flavor.
Frankenberry has Benny the Bat. Benny the Bat.
Yeah.
It's Igor the Spider, Benny the Bat, Meowberry the Cat, Scratch the Snake.
Scratch.
Why wouldn't Scratch be the cat?
I don't know. Why don't you scratch?
He would be.
I got to go scratch the snake.
Anyway, All right. Sports weather traffic.
Lowry Markkinen. Do you guys know who that is?
Basketball player.
Good, Bill.
From Sweden or Norway or something.
From a blonde place.
Blonde place.
He made it clear he wants to stay in another blonde place. Utah. He's making it official. The Jazz star forward is expected to sign a near max extension worth up to $200 million over 5 seasons to stay with the team.
He's very good.
Yes, he is. This is good for the team, and the extension, which runs through 2029, would give Markkinen a maximum contract this season, a raise from $18 million up to $42 million for next year.
Don't spend it all in one place.
Let's see. The Salt Lake Bees, they lost last night to Las Vegas. They play again tonight at 6:30. And the Olympic count, USA is far and away the number one medal leader. 86 medals total. They are also the gold medal leader at 24. That's 2 ahead of China at 22. China is also in second place with their medal count, but they only have 60. So, let's see. Weather.
Yes.
So 79 right now, going to get up to a high of 100 today. And then the patchy smoke we have for a couple of days. This is our fires and California's fires. For some reason, all the smoke's decided to descend on the Wasatch Front for the next couple of days. Next chance to maybe get rid of that will be Friday. There's a 20% chance of showers Friday, and then a better chance of Friday night into Saturday. So hopefully that'll clear some of the air out there. Traffic, we have... let's see.
Markkinen is Finnish. And that's when you should say, no, he's not. They just gave him a contract extension.
Slowage, northbound I-15 coming around Point of the Mountain into Draper. I don't think there's an accident there. It's just morning congestion, and no other accidents being reported. You haven't sent anything in via text, but you certainly can if you see something. 33986 is where you do that. If you haven't tried out Zero Res, or it's been months since your last deep clean, it's time to call. Right now you can get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $99. Visit zerores.com. Mention the X96 special today.
All right, so we're going to take a break. We'll be back after these with your list of things that must go. Stand by.
Listen to
I've got this list here
A list?
of the oddest laws in America.
What?
Rules, all kinds of things. These are laws that are on the books in various states. So, for instance, in Alabama.
Well, it's a list. Is it a
sure.
proper list?
I think so, yeah.
All right.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
This is a law on the books in Alabama. You may not dress as a member of the clergy unless you are one.
What about Halloween?
No, it's a misdemeanor.
I want to be a pregnant nun for Halloween. I can't do that?
In Alaska, you can't operate motorcycles or loud power tools at night. That makes sense, doesn't it? That's not so strange. Arizona, you don't interfere with a claw machine or a crane game. You know, those... Yeah, the claw. It's illegal to mess with them. If you do, it's a misdemeanor. Arkansas says, forget about beeping your horn after 9 p.m. at sandwich shops.
At sandwich shops
specifically. It says here, no person shall sound the horn on a vehicle at any place where cold drinks or sandwiches are served after 9 p.m.
Don't disturb my sandwich.
I don't understand that.
I'm having a before-bed sandwich.
In California, you can't eat frogs that die in frog jumping competitions.
Huh?
That's a waste of a frog then, right?
Well, if you just throw it on the heap. Colorado, you can't use upholstered furniture outside.
Why not?
I don't know.
You can't
so you have to
upholstered furniture outside.
Oh, here, I bet this is the reason. It's outdoor furniture lobby people saying, you must buy outdoor furniture.
I think it's because it just looks trashy. That's why I made that law.
You can't use upholstered couches, mattresses, or in the front or backyard or the side yard.
I'm an elected official, and I've decided that looks trashy.
Now, this is a good law. In Connecticut, it is against the law to sell silly string to a minor.
Oh yeah, we're
Well,
anti-silly.
that's a good idea.
You know,
'cause-
I think
What about
only,
mascots?
I think only mascots can have silly string.
No, they're dangerous with silly string.
and that stuff's flammable, you know.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
I've told that jazz bear, you stay away from me with that stuff.
I'll punch him.
In Delaware, you can't whisper or use profane language in a place of worship.
You can't whisper in a place of worship?
Yeah.
Does that mean you're supposed to only talk out loud?
It says no person may disrupt religious worship by noise, talking, or whispering, or by rude or indecent behavior.
But how do you tell your kids to knock it off?
You just shake your fist at them.
Tell them they're going to get arrested.
Don't feed the alligators in Florida. That's not odd.
Yeah.
Georgia, you can't have chickens crossing the road.
Well, it's just a good idea.
Well, but they need to get to the other side.
Well, I'm sorry.
They really don't need
it. You have to carry them.
What kind of business do they have? What business are they carrying out across the street, really?
And in Idaho, you can't carry a red cane or a white cane unless you're fully or partially blind.
That's right.
You can't dye a baby chick in Illinois.
Yeah,
In Indiana, don't even think about catching a fish with your bare hands.
Why not?
No hillbilly hand fishing?
Nope.
They got a whole series of shows about that.
In Iowa, don't pass off fake butter as real butter. Now, that's a good law. Let me see where...
Give me a good one to end with here.
We don't have one for Utah. We don't have
There are
one.
no
of our
weird
laws.
Yeah.
Just look at our liquor laws. That's all you need to know.
Let's see,
One more.
I got to get a good one here. In Maryland, it is illegal to use stench bombs.
What is a
stink bomb?
A stink bomb. Any liquid, gas, or solid substance or matter of any kind which is intended to be thrown, dropped, poured, deposited, or discharged for the purpose of producing a noxious, nauseating, sickening, irritating, or offensive odor. No stink bombs allowed.
Somebody did that to me once, so I'm going to make a law about it.
Yeah, there you
Stop
go.
it.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
I'm an elected official. All right, 8:48, Things That Must Go, brought to you by.
See what's out there with hands-on exhibits, captivating planetarium shows, and more. Clark Planetarium shows are only $10, and the exhibits are always free to visitors. Explore the universe at Clark Planetarium.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
These are things that are bugging you, things that are just making your life miserable, and you want to get rid of them. Things that must go. And so you decide, I'll put these down in an email and send them to Radio from Hell and let them see it. And if they read it on the air, maybe it'll make me feel better. Mm-hmm. Maybe these things will disappear from my life. We have had actual reports, people saying, you read my must go, and all of a sudden the thing that was bothering me just disappeared. So send your must goes to Radio from Hell at x96.com and put must go in the subject line. You want to go first, Gina?
Sure. This is from Rick. Please use my name. I'm a truck driver. You haters of truck drivers need to learn one thing. Everything you own was brought to town by a truck. That's where the stuff comes from, is the trucks.
Except from the stuff that was smuggled across the border.
So when you flip us off, just know that's where your stuff's coming from. Or when you pull out in front of us and we have to slam on our brakes. Please respect truck drivers. You owe them a lot. Let's see. You can use my name. It's Sarah with an H. Sarah. A small sampling of my ever-growing list. Number one, when someone seems to be staring at something on your face
Mhm.
and you feel super self-conscious, and then you go to the bathroom and there's nothing there. What? Like, was there food on my mouth and nothing's there? It's
I just assume they're staring at my beauty.
music playing during narration in audiobooks must go. I can barely hear what you're trying to say, Stephen King.
Oh, so it's poorly mixed.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
When you drop something and go to pick it up, but you miss 2 or 3 times.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, wait, oh no. Then you got to go down again. Oh,
Hey,
no, I didn't get that sign.
It's good exercise.
Walls in front of theater seats that prevent me, a person of small stature, from seeing the bottom of the screen. Even worse, I can't recline because then it's even more blocked.
I know exactly the theater he's talking about.
Well, no, her. That's Sarah.
Her, sorry.
Let's see. This from Sue. Olympic version must go. The men's one-piece track outfits must go. Aside from looking like baby onesies, they're way too revealing, if you know what I mean. Triathletes having to swim in the River Seine.
Yeah.
And athletes biting their medals for pictures.
Yeah.
It's a tradition,
Yeah.
but yeah.
It's kind of dumb. Yeah. All right, is that it?
Yeah.
I'll go next. Let's see. This one says, what must go is me from my job. I've been looking for a new one for 2 years, and I've had no luck. My boss is a micromanaging control freak. The work I do is incredibly boring, and my coworkers are obnoxious. Please get me out of here. Thanks for letting me get this out. It doesn't say I can use the name, so I won't. This one says, products that don't show warnings where we should see them. I recently bought a $67 blender. Okay. And I set it on the counter, the box lying on its side, and lo and behold, on the bottom of the box it says, warning, cancer and reproductive harm, made in China.
Oh, jeez.
I'm headed to return it, but I'm very careful about not purchasing any products intended to hold food that are made in China.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, it's difficult. And then when they purposely hide the fact that that's infuriating. Please make this sneakiness go away. Thank you, Suzanne. You can use my name if you like or don't. This one is, you can use my name, Heather from Bountiful. I'm buried in debt from years of struggling to cope with past traumas, and now I'm in therapy, and I'm making sense of my spending habits, but the debt is still there. I'm just overwhelmed, and I don't make enough money to cover the monthly payments. Please cancel my debt.
Sure.
Or maybe lower my payments. Love you, lords. Okay, consider it done.
We can.
And then,
I wish we could do that. Yeah. That would be great.
And then finally this one, you can use my name if you want. Okay, Jill. What must go are my migraines. My insurance decision no longer allows my doctors to treat me with a method that has worked for some years. They're now claiming that it's experimental. He's been doing this for years. It works pretty well. Now they're saying it's experimental. Please make that go away. Insurance
should listen to doctors.
Yes, they should.
All right, Carrie?
All right. The first couple from the foot of Mount Doom. When you're in the middle of working out at the gym and your Bluetooth earbuds run out of charge, so you have to finish without anything to drown out the sound of the grunting dude bros.
Yeah.
Also, do not knock on my door at 8:45 p.m. on a Tuesday night to ask if I want you to paint the numbers on the curb. The curb that I'll add that we don't have.
Yeah.
What part of our house says, we're awake, knock? I mean, all the lights are out.
Yeah.
Porch and the yard lights are off. There are no noises coming from inside except now the sounds of our barking dogs from when you knock.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there's that no soliciting sign that you completely looked over. All right.
I think some people don't know what soliciting means. I think you need a sign that says, we don't want to buy whatever you're selling.
No, just put a big sign up that says, go away.
Maybe. Let's see. This one from does not say. Plastic grocery bags must go. Why don't we charge for them like some places do? And why haven't these people figured out how to use cloth bag yet? They're as ubiquitous as plastic bags. Yeah, so there's a thought. Let's see this one from Austin. Here's a list of things that must go. When people use a regular spoon as a serving spoon for a casserole or a fruit bowl.
You get one grape.
What am I supposed to do? Dish one watermelon
Yeah.
cube at a time? Please use the appropriate size serving spoon. People who ride in the car with their feet on the dashboard. On a recent road trip, I noticed that about 100% of people on the passenger seat put their feet up on the dashboard. I'm sure it's more comfortable to ride this way, but it's so dangerous. If you don't believe me, Bing X-ray feet on dashboard. Okay. And lastly, this one from Please Don't Use My Name. Excessive amounts of condiments that I didn't ask for must go. I didn't ask for 9 packets of ketchup with my order of wings and French fries. Why did you give them to me? Just give me what is listed on my order. These are just going to go to waste. Bad subtitles must go. They linger far past the line. They're spelled incorrectly often. And they spoil what will happen. The HVAC at work must go. It pumps out heat more than it does AC in the summer, and it makes it almost impossible to work in. I can only take off so many layers. And lastly, that moment that you walk through the doorway and you forgot what you're there for. Seriously, what the hell was I coming in here for again?
I have no idea.
Don't remember.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Traffic, Gina.
No real crashes to tell you about, so I'll just remind you about this SR201 32nd West. They're doing bridge replacements. That takes months. So this is, if this is a regular part of your commute, you probably want to find a different regular part of your commute for the next couple of months, it looks like. But no accidents. You haven't sent anything in via text, but you can always communicate with us. 33986. The Stateroom presents Making Live Music Memories. Don't miss the Danielle Nicole Band this Friday, August 9th at the Stateroom. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
All right. KXRK Provo. We'll take a break, play a song for you. After that song, it's the Boner Recap Game. Easy to play, easy to win prizes, that's for sure. All you have to do is tell us who won the boner this morning. Now, if you were listening, you heard and you know. If you weren't listening, you could probably guess. But why take the chance? Cheat. Go to x96.com, look for the box that says Boner of the Day, August 7, 2024. Click on there, and it'll say winner next to the winner. Answer the question correctly, you will win.
So UtahPresents.org, they put on all kinds of shows.
Yeah.
They do jazz, dance, theater, film, magic.
Magicians sometimes,
So their tickets are on sale now for their whole season. So you're going to get tickets, and you'll get to pick whatever show you want to go to.
So choose your show at Utah Presents, 877-602-9696. Let's play the Boner Recap Game. Hoops Vision Correction, HOOPES Vision.com.
$800 off the procedure.
That's a deal.
Until the end of the month for sure. And that's really a deal. Plus 0% financing available on the LASIK procedure or the PRK if that's what you need. And how do you find out? You make an appointment, you go see them.
You go to hoopsvision.com or give them a call.
877-30-LASIK. Carrie and I have both been through this procedure, and it's simple. And you get up off the table after 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And no glasses, no contact lenses.
I don't know why I waited so long. I should have done it sooner.
No pain involved at all. It's just amazing. It's really a modern-day miracle at Hoops Vision. And right now, as we said, till the end of August at least, get your $800 off the LASIK procedure. Why don't you call and make your appointment today? Do it today. 877-30-LASIK is the number, or you can book it online, hoopsvision.com.
Things that
Had a couple of interesting encounters over the weekend. One actually on Friday after I left work, and I went to the pharmacy to pick something up, a pharmaceutical, if you will. And while I was talking to the young woman who was filling my order, and she's, your name is, and I say, Ralph Allred. That's the name. That's my legal name. Middle name is Bill, William Bill. But so on, records, it's Ralph, and at the pharmacy, it's Ralph. And while I was talking to her, and I said, Ralph Allred, and there was a guy standing there who worked at the pharmacy. I don't think he's a pharmacist, but standing back. He went, but you're Bill Allred, right? Bill already? I said, yeah. And he said, you probably don't know who I am, but I used to be the bass player of the Killer Tomatoes.
Well,
really?
Of course you'd know.
I said, what? Really? He said, yeah. Well, I said, I know. I don't remember you exactly, but of course I know who you are. And I said, so were you there the day that Carrie and I sang you got to fight for your right to party live on the radio on a Saturday morning from Wally's garage? Absolutely.
Oh,
I played the bass that
fun.
day. That was really fun. I said, what happened to Wally? What happened to Wes? I don't know. I lost track.
Oh.
Isn't that odd?
Hoping for a Wally update.
Yeah.
He was a character.
Yes, Wally was a character. And, Wally and Wes, kind of the founders of the Killer Tomatoes. And,
That's too bad.
Yeah. And then Saturday, I haven't done a remote in quite a while. So I have this remote at the IFA out on 21st South. And
A remote broadcast, a live in-person appearance.
So I show up. Now, it's a big deal. I mean, it's celebrating 100 years in business, IFA, Intermountain Farmers. And I show up, and the place is mobbed. There are people standing at our table, the X96 table. It was outside the store, lined up at the table. There were free hot dogs and hamburgers. People lined up for that. I couldn't barely find a place to park. It was a zoo. It was just... And so I walk up to the table and finally, and I was 10 minutes early. We're glad you're here. Yeah, finally, nice to see you. And we gave away, I don't know how many T-shirts Cameron Diaz had or how many mugs. They were gone in 5 minutes.
Yep.
Whoom, like locusts. And not just people, and not people who just were curious and said, oh, what is this? You got something free? Every single one of these people, big fans of the show and of the radio station, and talked to a lot of people I hadn't seen for ages, listeners, people who've been listening to us for
regulars.
Many years. Dawn was there, of course.
Of course.
Dawn said, he was really nice. He said, you want me to go stand in line for you to get you a hot dog? Or
oh, that's nice.
And I said, no, that's okay, Dawn, thanks. I don't. But as it turned out, the women who were doing the hot dogs and stuff across from us yelled out at me after a while, Bill, you need a hot dog or hamburger? No, I'm okay, thanks. So, it was just really
I'm surprised
terrific.
you turned down a free hot dog. That's
you're right. That's not like me, but I haven't been well. Anyway.
And the free hot dog won't help.
No.
Did you do any shopping while you were there?
Get you a Salt Lick?
Now, I didn't. I'll tell you about that in a second, okay? So here's the nice thing. I get there. When I left the house to go to the IFA, it was fairly warm outside, and I thought, I don't need a jacket. Because I'm just gonna get out of the car and go inside the IFA. No, the table was outside and in the shade.
See, it's been a while since you've done a remote.
It was outside and in the shade, and I said, I'm gonna freeze to death here. Well, the manager of the IFA, who, as it turns out, is a longtime friend of the program, his name is East, as in the direction.
Okay.
And I said, so why is your name East? And he said, well, there's an old British graphic novel, comic books and novels, and they were movies, Tom Brown's School Days. And I said, oh, yeah, I've heard of those. And he said, well, one of the major characters in there was named East.
Huh.
And my parents loved that. And East was the guy who was always getting Tom Brown out of trouble or into trouble. I don't remember what he said exactly. But so East, the manager of the store, said, you're going to be cold. Let me get you a Carhartt.
Get yourself a Carhartt.
He went in. His wife actually went and came back, and they gave me a Carhartt. And I said, I'd be happy to pay for. No. It's just, you can have it. There you go. So they gave me a Carhartt hoodie, and I was just perfectly warm and toasty after that. And there were just, I didn't have time to catch my breath the whole time I was there. There were people just coming up to the table. Earthquake Matt Alcapler was there with his wife. There were just,
But how was the petting zoo?
That's what everybody
was not
waiting.
there.
Oh.
The
tragedy.
I didn't get the full story, but I think there was a mistake from the ad agency. The petting, see, there are other IFAs, and they're all celebrating. And I think the petting zoo was at another one. But you know what was there? This guy with, I think it's called Earth Wings. He had an owl. You got that picture?
He had an
Look
owl?
at this. Look at this.
Oh, you got the picture taken with an owl.
That should be your new avatar.
X96.com. That's Bubo, the eagle owl.
Of course it's Bubo.
And that guy was the most incredible bird. I also tweeted that picture today at RFH Bill.
He looks like he's posing.
He is. Oh, he is.
He's kind of leaning into you like...
Yeah. He knows what he's doing.
I've done this.
He knows what he's doing.
Well, that's your new avatar on your Twitters and your Facebooks.
He is he's very, very tame, and like they'll let the guy who was with his trainer or his handler, little kids can come up and he say, yeah, you can pet him, just rub his front there, his belly, his chest. He's obviously very smart. And
well, you can tell just by looking at it.
Yeah, wise. Actually, it's less wise. They look to me than sad. Owls look kind of sad to me. He has kind of a sad look in his eyes. But isn't that a beautiful animal?
Yeah.
My God. And he was just, you could tell he was just, he was curious about everything and looking around all the time. Happy to be there, though, I think.
Did he look all the way around?
Yep. Yes, he did. And anyway, the group, they have a female and companion for him, and they're hoping for eggs.
Our fingers are crossed.
Owl eggs.
Owl eggs.
Owl eggs.
Oh, I went into the IFA. I'll be back. That is an incredible place.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Nice.
To the church on time in Tooele, Tooele.
Well, there's one on every corner. It's easy.
Yeah.
Is that Carl with a K or a
yes,
C?
Yes, it's with a K. But more importantly, to know how to spell Tooele.
Yeah. Bowie, Modern Love, because, well, I had the vinyl. So, let me.
Oh, you can just let it go. That's fine.
Let it go. Anyway, so there you go. 9:09 right now.
Carl. Is it time for the
Boner recap? Yeah.
Boner recap time.
So somebody can win. This is the Utah Presents, right?
Yes, so tickets are on sale now for a breathtaking season of jazz, dance, theater, and film at Utah Presents. Visit utahpresents.org to get your seats and save big with no fees before August 16th. And we have a pair of tickets to the show of your choice for the Utah Presents 24-25 season.
I've seen stuff up there. I've been in stuff up there. It's really excellent. Excellent.
All right, Paul.
Paul
is on the phone.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, good morning.
Hi, Paul. How are you today?
I'm fine, just fine.
Good to hear.
That's very good, Paul. Now, Paul, we need you to tell us who the boner winner was once I recap these three candidates, and this will be very easy for you to do, Paul. I know it will be. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Boner candidate number one, Paul, was, the things we do for love. Yeah, this was an unhinged stranger. Not strange. Well, he was a strange guy. MTA worker. He claimed he was attacked by a stranger in the subway. Said they slashed his hands. He did it himself so that he could get some time off. He needed to get some time off, he said, because his girlfriend was dying in the hospital. That was not true.
That's
either.
not true.
He just just wanted time off. Boner candidate number two. The name of your product is misleading the public. You are calling this tadpole water. There are no tadpoles in this. Those are chia seeds. And this is supposed to help you lose weight. I'm sure it works great. And boner candidate number three, they sacrifice for their country and they're repaid with duct tape and loner legs. This is a story of three different veterans, and there are more. This story just focused on three of them. One of them in Utah, as a matter of fact, who had their legs damaged, blown off. In one case, both legs blown off in service to our country in the war in Iraq, for instance. And they've been unable to get the prosthetics that they need to keep their life going. The VA has said, well, or there's supply chain problems, or this, or that. It's just unacceptable. These guys gave their body parts and put their lives on the line, and now they're getting a run around from the VA. So who was the winner? Paul, is it?
Paul, yep. And number three.
Number three, correct. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, Paul. So now, Paul, you're a big winner. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, hang on the line, and somebody else in the room will tell you what you need to do.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what is it, Wednesday?
It is Wednesday.
Okay. Good.
Oh, I went and got off my desk. We had played a little Iron Maiden earlier this morning, and this is if you go to x96.com/live, this is the Funko Pop Power Slave, little Egyptian pharaoh Eddie from the Power Slave album cover that Carrie.
So what is this scene? I can't quite see it. So what does this scene depict?
It's you can't tell a little pharaoh. He's just a little pharaoh in front of.
A pharaoh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the Power Slave of?
That's the name of the album.
Yeah.
It's just the name of the record.
Yeah. But this is back when Carrie used to buy me things.
I don't anymore.
And I'm glad
he's fallen out of love with you.
No, I'm glad you don't, because I have a lot of things. I have enough things. I don't need any more things. So
Normally, let it be known that if you do get Gina something, if you're a listener and you bring her something, if a little later on I'll look and it'll be in the trash next
No,
door.
but please don't buy me things. So this is kind of what Carrie does now. He takes pictures of things that he knows I would like and says, I was thinking about you when I saw this young Frankenstein action figure. And so here's a picture of it. I didn't buy it for you. And I appreciate that, Carrie, because because it means you were thinking about me, which is nice.
And I that never happens with me because I'm never thinking about
Never?
you. Really, no. The only time I'm thinking about you lately is like if I look at my watch, I say, It's about 15 after. I wonder if Gina's in my driveway to pick me up
So,
for work.
well, here's the hard thing about that.
Oh?
So I'm picking Bill up for work now because he has a boot and he can't drive.
Okay.
We have a saying here on the Radio from Hell show, save it for the radio.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We don't talk a lot when
No.
we get to work.
No.
But it's weird to be riding in the car with Bill. And I don't know if you've noticed, I purposely am not talking to you really in the morning because I don't want to.
Yeah. No, and there's no need to say much. The only thing I said to you this morning, as I recall, is the light's green.
Yeah, I stopped for some reason, and Bill's like, "It's green.
It's a green
Why
light. You can go." I think
that was it.
Yeah.
I don't know. At that point, I don't know if I'd feel safe.
Well, no,
riding in the car with her.
Actually, Gina's got a really nice car.
I'm not a good driver, but I have a nice car.
Driving skill to nice car. Okay.
You're a better driver than you used to be.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you used to be a lot more hesitant in your driving, I noticed. And I think the car has given you confidence.
Probably.
It's a very nice car.
Thank you.
I like it a lot.
We'll take a break. We'll be back. Big boy news after these. Stand by. Oh, look, it's Stockton 12 Honda.
Speaking of cars, that's where I'm going to get my next car. I've bought cars from Stockton 12 Honda before, and I will do it again. The Honda Summer event is happening right now through Labor Day at Stockton 12 Honda. If you're interested in a hybrid car, the CRV, the Accord, and the Civic now all come in hybrid editions, as well as just the standard gasoline-powered editions. Make summer epic and hurry into Honda Summer Event at Stockton 12 Honda. Check out the all-new electric Honda Prologue. It's Honda's first ever electric SUV. I can't wait to get this boot off of my foot so I can drive and see what that's all about, see what the electric vehicle's all about. Same-day service is available at Stockton 12 Honda. You can go to their website, Stockton, then the number 12honda.com, find out service specials that they have. And remember, Stockton 12 Honda, they're in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. Get ready. Frank Christ. Frank Christ is in the studio again. He is here to play the game called Frank Christ Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
Now, if you're just tuning in for the very first time, if you're just listening to this and you think, what's going on here?
What's all this then?
Frank is a spectral being. He's a grim reaper. He's a skeleton.
Yes.
You can't see most of your skeletal remains.
Well, I'm wearing my robe.
Your cowl.
My work clothes.
Yeah.
Do you have a relaxing cowl?
A home cowl and a...
Oh, thanks to Pajamagram, I have all kinds of pajamas available.
An out-on-the-town cowl?
Oh, yeah. I haven't walked a red carpet in a while.
How sharp is that scythe you bring with you?
Oh, I have to sharpen it every day in the downtime.
Oh, really? Frank is a Grim Reaper. He reaps souls. Specifically, he reaps the souls of celebrities and well-known people, which is terrible for him because...
I love our precious celebrities.
I know you do. I know. And he joins us to play this game. Frank Christ Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
And he's given me a list of 4 famous people. And on this list, 3 of them...
They're fine. I checked on them on the way here.
But one of them, Frank, has loaded up into the sidecar of his electric scooter and whisked away to the distribution center. And we normally will get a contestant on the phone to play this game, a contestant to pick who is the dead celebrity or well-known person, but the phones are screwed. So Nick's your buddy, Nick's your pal is here. Hi,
Yeah.
Nick.
I could reboot the system again.
That always works, doesn't it?
I was told to do it again.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see you crawl under there again. It's disturbing.
I don't think the 10th time is the charm.
No?
I don't think.
So what we'll do is, Nick, you don't know what we're doing here. But, Nick will see if he can select the dead person, and then we'll tell you how it works there. Somebody will win what, Gina?
Somebody will win tickets to see Sting with special guest his kid, Joe Sumner, September 23rd at USANA Amphitheater.
Does that make him a Nepo baby? I keep
yes.
hearing about that.
Yes.
I think so. All right, Nick, are you ready to go?
Yes.
These are famous televangelists. You know, the guys who get up on TV and praise God. Those guys. All right? Number 1, Gardner Ted Armstrong, son of Herbert W. Armstrong, founder of the Worldwide Church of God. Armstrong succeeded his father as the voice of the world tomorrow, the church's radio program that aired around the world. By the way, he and his father had a big falling out at one point and never worked together again. Number 2, Jimmy Lee Swaggart. Oh, my Lord, I have sinned against you. Pentecostal televangelist, gospel music recording artist, pianist, and Christian author, and really a supremely talented person in many respects. His show was transmitted to 3,000 stations and cable systems each week during its peak. His crusades enabled him to travel throughout the United States and all over the world. He plays the piano, and he also sings in a baritone voice, and he is the cousin of Jerry Lee Lewis. Number 2, Jimmy Lee Swaggart. Number 3, Rodney Lee Parsley, senior pastor of the World Harvest Church, a very large Pentecostal church. He founded the Center for Moral Clarity.
Oh.
And number 4...
No pressure.
No. Number 4, Joel Osteen. Joel Osteen, known for his weekly televised services and best-selling books. He's kind of a celebrity televangelist. A lot of celebrities go after or have gone after Joel Osteen. All right, so there you go. 4 televangelists. Which one is dead?
Sadly, I know Frank hasn't seen Joel Osteen yet, so I'm going to guess number 2.
Jimmy Lee Swaggart?
Oh, he's fine.
He's 88.
Fine.
88. I'll give
I'll
you
be
another
seeing
chance.
him soon, but, you know.
Another chance, Nick.
Okay.
Is it Garner Ted Armstrong or Rodney Lee Parsley or Joel Osteen?
The first one, Garner Armstrong.
Garner Ted Armstrong.
Well done.
Wow.
Well done.
When I picked him up, he said, just call me GTA.
Praise be. Praise be.
The World Tomorrow. Died in 2003. All right.
Who you're playing for? What keyword would you like people to text in?
Let's go with the thing I just said. Praise.
Praise.
To 33986. And
What do they
I'll
win?
pick a random texter from that
Sting
for the
tickets.
Sting tickets.
Sting tickets.
Praise.
Correct.
Right.
Praise. All right.
Well, I'm going to go to check on Stephen King.
Oh no!
76 today.
Oh no!
Oh, I
Frank,
think
don't
he's
take
fine.
him yet.
No, he's just
he's
fine.
got a new book out. I need to get. It's called Holly.
Oh, is that right? Well, you know, I still haven't forgiven him for the Langoliers. What? I just didn't care for it.
You have a weird memory, Frank.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, goodbye. Hang on.
Hey,
Goodbye.
hey,
Goodbye.
Now he's going. Couldn't get the scooter started there.
All right. Let's see. It is 9:23. Time for some big boy news and Opinnuendo, brought to you by...
Do you live or work in a building with an elevator that just doesn't seem to cooperate and loves to inconvenience you on a regular basis? Do your property or building manager a favor. Tell them to call Metro Elevator, Utah's preferred vertical transportation experts, 801-946-7003. That's 801-946-7003.
It's famous for its breathtaking vistas, exciting ski runs, and the Mormon headquarters. But in a surprising turnaround, Utah now ranks as also America's best state to live. Why that's a surprising turnaround from those other things that are mentioned,
That doesn't.
I don't
Who
know.
wrote that? That's not good.
This is from the Daily Mail. And this is a different story. We had one earlier, the U.S. News and World Report, ranking Utah the number one place to live. This is according to Consumer Affairs, a data and review platform which studied each state's economy, education, healthcare systems, quality of life, safety, and affordability. New Hampshire, Idaho, Minnesota, Massachusetts round out the top 5, with Utah being number 1 best place to live in America. Now, the worst places to live.
Okay.
California, New Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, and Alaska. California ranked at the bottom of the scale thanks to its poor scores in education, health, quality of life, and safety. The Golden State was followed at the bottom by New Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Alaska. Cassidy McCants, a researcher, said Utah should get top consideration as a new home. Well, this isn't going to help. Now it means even more people will move here.
Great.
But that's okay. We're not having enough kids. So we need workers.
Human capital stock.
Yeah, move in. The Beehive states roughly 3.4 million people have easy access to pine forests, ski runs, and the so-called Mighty Five, the national parks. They also get to live in one of the most affordable parts of the U.S., said the report. Utah has relatively low property taxes, even as households receive relatively high average income of about $80,000. There you go. Let's see. And Pitbull, the rap guy, has purchased naming rights for a football stadium. FIU's football stadium will now be called Pitbull Stadium. According to FIU board documents, Pitbull will pay the school $1.2 million per year for the next 5 years to rename the stadium after himself.
Just to have his name on the stadium.
Yeah, previously the home of the FIU Panthers.
I was going to say, isn't that a college stadium?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Was named, it was known to as Ricardo Silva Stadium.
Well, where's Ricardo now?
Named for Silva, the businessman and investor known for owning the accomplished Italian soccer club AC Milan and minor league U.S. soccer club Miami FC. But FIU is not renewing Silva's naming rights for some reason. Maybe he didn't want it anymore. So Pitbull.
Okay.
It will be Pitbull Stadium. And, speaking of baseball stadiums, the Arizona, or just sports stadiums, I should say, the Arizona Cardinals Stadium is selling something called the Cotton Candy Burrito.
Cotton candy.
I'm listening.
Okay. I don't think you want this.
Oh, no?
Well, listen. Here's the Cotton Candy Burrito. It is described as ice cream and candy wrapped in cotton candy.
Okay.
You have cotton candy flavored ice cream.
Okay.
Topped with Fruity Pebbles,
Okay.
Fruit Loops, marshmallows, Skittles, mini M&Ms, gummy bears, and sprinkles, all wrapped in a melt-in-your-mouth cotton candy shell.
Wow, that's a
That's
lot.
a lot.
That's
I don't think you need all of that.
That's a lot.
I'd take a bite of that. I wouldn't need a whole.
I would say if you got that, if we were at the stadium and you got that, I'd say you have to sit over there. The cotton candy burrito will be available in sections 222 and 247 and is one of the more than 50 new menu items at State Farm Stadium. Others include a chicken and waffle sandwich, flaming hot Cheeto chicken tenders, a meatball hoagie on a stick, and macho nachos. Some pretty high end.
The chicken
stuff.
and waffle sandwich.
St. Vincent.
Yes.
What's her real name? Can't think of it now. She has some strong feelings about John Mayer's 2003 hit song "Daughters."
Oh, it's terrible.
She hates it. She says it's the worst song ever
It's
written.
a creepy, weird song.
When asked in a recent interview with Kerrang, she said, "The worst song ever written." Daughters.
And it's weird because people play it at weddings.
I don't know I don't know what it's about. I mean,
so it's fathers be good to your daughters because girls become lovers and turn into mothers. Meaning, treat your little girl nice because she's got to be somebody's husband someday. And if you're a crappy dad, she's not going to grow up to be a nice woman.
I hate it. It is so deeply misogynistic, which would be fine if you owned that. But it pretends like it's sweet.
It's not. It's weird.
She said
her name's Ann Aaron Clark.
Annie Clark, that's right. I think she's right here. She said, if you made it, it's so misogynistic, and if you sang it that way, if you did it that way, then okay, you're being honest, but
it's a sweet sounding song,
yeah,
and that's why
hates.
There should be a whole expo of songs that are taken the wrong way. Because people do play that song at weddings, and it's a terrible. It's not a nice song about your daughter.
Oh, I don't know. So it seems like it'd be a pretty good wedding song. See, it worked. Here. You must have been a good dad because here.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what they're
Yeah.
thinking, I'm sure, but it's weird.
Snoop Dogg, you heard of him?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I don't know if I believe this.
What?
He's making almost $500,000 a day as NBC Special Olympics correspondent.
He's amazing. He's worth every penny they're paying him, whatever it is.
I believe it.
$500,000 a day.
Whatever they are paying him, he's wonderful.
Why is he so worth it? I haven't been watching any of it.
He's because he's genuinely interested.
He really is.
He's a fan.
Is he entertaining?
Yes, he's a fan of what, and it doesn't matter the sport.
Yeah,
he is a fan of whatever it is.
Here's a picture of him. He showed up at an equestrian event, dressed as an equestrian
with Martha Stewart.
And then he went over and talked to the horses.
Yes, he's adorable. Well, and it's good for the Olympics. It's another reason to watch to see how Snoop is reacting.
He
to
shows
things.
up, is charming, and then leaves. You know.
And then, I know what that's like. Try to do that
Bill,
all
we
the
need
time.
you to show up, be charming, and leave.
Yeah, okay, I'll be there. $500,000. That's all it'll cost you. And Gina, you thought this was an important story. Costco has started using a new verification process for customers entering the store. They're going to have you can't just show them your card like that, hold it up. They're going to have to scan it.
Yeah, it's going to hold things up. Haven't you ever gone to Costco when there's a million people all walking in at the same time?
There are always a million people walking in at the same time.
It's going to slow things down.
They're going to have to get somebody to help Dennis.
That's his name, isn't it?
Dennis, yeah.
Dennis
Dennis
at this whole, like,
he
Costco.
either checks you out or checks you in. He's been there forever.
Weather.
Okay, so today, 100. So the heat warning still in effect today. Should go away by tomorrow, and you'll think, great, everything will be better. Well, not so much, because smoke from all the wildfires is going to start filling in the valley, and we'll have poor air quality probably for the next couple of days. Maybe by Friday there's a chance of a storm coming through that will clear some of it out. We'll hope for that. Step into a world of spiritual wonder. Discover the magic of the metaphysical at Cat and Cauldron in Taylorsville. Experience enchantment like never before. catandcauldron.com.
I was just looking in our chat room here, and who did this? Oh, it's Ivy. This place, the Killer Cereal, the Serial Killers,
Serial Killers,
Serial Killers Kitchen. Where is it?
4th and 4th.
This looks just incredible. Yeah. These people should advertise with us.
They
should have Kerry Jackson be their spokesperson.
They should.
He is a cereal expert.
It's at the local market and bar. There are all kinds of, but all these cereal and ice cream combinations.
Mm-hmm.
I
the
think
best combinations.
I think I really need to go there. Oh, there's all kinds of cereal stuff.
Yeah.
Why haven't I been to this place?
Well, I never thought of you as a cereal lover, Bill.
I'm not.
You're a very basic cereal person.
I'm not a cereal lover when it's just cereal. But when you're starting to mix it into stuff.
Oh, like with ice cream.
Sure. Yeah.
That's the greatest thing.
Yeah, I don't generally just sit down and eat a bowl of cereal. That's not my thing. But.
See, I'll do that if my husband's out of town or not home for dinner. I'll have a bowl of cereal for dinner. Sure.
But you mix it up in ice cream, and they got shakes there as well.
This looks really good.
stuff in my cereal or in my ice cream. Ice cream in my. You got ice cream in my cereal.
By the way, Gary Jackson has ice cream belonging to me in his freezer.
That doesn't
I
sound right.
understand.
That does not sound right.
There are several flavors. We just got to figure out how to get it to you because we ordered the Pop-Tart ice cream. And
cinnamon brown sugar,
Pop-Tart, Jetty's ice cream. It's the most expensive, and I got to be honest with you, that Pop-Tart ice cream is damn near perfect.
Well, you don't.
It really is.
You know, you can, Gina. You can just from this serial killers.
Mm-hmm.
You can just order this stuff and they'll bring it to your house. You don't have to go to Carrie's.
Oh, they'll bring it to your house?
Apparently.
The other
I don't know how you travel ice cream like that.
Let me see.
The other flavor that we did from Jenny's, everything bagel.
This I don't get.
I know it doesn't sound right, but it's delicious. So you get it's cream cheese flavored ice cream with the everything bagel sprinkles mixed throughout it. That's delicious. But then what we did was we went and got a bagel, buttered it up, real butter, toasted it, and while it was hot, plopped the ice cream on top of it.
Like made an ice cream sandwich, kind of.
Yeah, it just, with open face. And that was delicious.
That sounds perfect.
It was delicious.
I may have spoken too soon. Maybe you can just order online and go pick it up. I'm not sure.
I just think ice cream's
No,
hard
it says,
to-
yep, they will deliver it.
Oh.
You know, there's this stuff called dry ice. I don't know if you're familiar
I know,
with it.
but
You've ordered ice cream through the mail from across the country, right?
Yes, I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Also, there's the candy bar ice cream, which is Take 5 candy bar.
Which I love.
But they don't call it Take 5 because I don't know if they had the rights to do it.
But
they
it's
call it High Five is what it's called.
It's pretzel and peanut butter
Pretzel and peanut and chocolate and all of that stuff.
A cereal milkshake.
I'm hungry.
I need to keep my eye open for the monster cereals. They should be arriving very soon because we're coming up on monster cereal season.
It's not till fall, is
How
it?
soon before Halloween do they come out?
Usually a couple of months before. But they got the new flavor, the new monster cereal.
Oh, what is it?
Carmella Creeper.
That sounds good.
And it's caramel apple flavor.
That sounds good.
All right, so let's get going here.
Well, it's time once again for Trent Falcone. Good morning, Mr. Falcone.
Good morning. This intro, man, it just makes me smile.
He is the Live
just
Nation
fun.
god. And, I'm Trent. I'm looking at some of the shows that Live Nation has coming up here. And I thought, now this is a joke. Ski Mask, the Slump God. That's a joke, right? I'm looking up as a rapper. He's a rapper.
I can't play. I can't play any
I
for
looked
you.
at this earlier, and it's a very interesting collection of band names.
It is.
this week.
And then I looked up Hobo Johnson and the Lovemakers.
Why don't you just do the list? You're almost there.
Oh, you go ahead. No, start over. So let's start at the top, and we'll get there. You just go ahead.
All right, so what's today? Tonight at the complex, it's summer school with Stand Atlantic, Magnolia Park, and more. There are like 5-6 other bands on there, so that's tonight. As you mentioned, Hobo Johnson and the Lovemakers. That's tomorrow, Thursday, August 8th at the Depot.
Now here's a little bit of that.
Wants to fight, he's got no guts. Fear the man who knows he's gonna die.
Not what I
cries
expected.
every night, it just denies his life's beauty. And fear the man.
Very eclectic. Very eclectic. All right.
As you also mentioned, Friday, August 9th at the complex, E-Mask, the Slump God.
Yeah.
If that's not your thing, Orville Peck will be at the Union Event Center. I believe that one's sold out, though.
Yeah.
Saturday, August 10th at the Depot, Electric Fields. Sunday, August 11th at the Depot, JPEG Mafia. And also across the street, Peso Pluma will be at the Delta Center. So that's a solid list of names.
No kidding.
On sales Friday, 10 a.m., livenation.com. Tara Reid, October 11th at the complex, and Better Lovers, November 24th, also at the complex. The giveaway this week, we're going to give you 2 tickets tonight to the summer school rock show at the complex. And then we're going to move ahead a little bit to next week, August 15th. Dirty Heads and Slightly Stupid out at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater. Those tickets will be in will call for you.
877-602-9696. That's the number to call. First come, first serve on those tickets for summer school or for Dirty Heads Slightly Stupid. Is it my imagination, or are there more shows than ever this summer than there maybe ever have been?
It's not your imagination.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a slow week.
Yeah,
So-
Actually, yeah, it is.
But I mean, it's like every venue, or you say, at the like so and so at the Depot, and then across the street at the Delta Center, and that's just you got if you want any kind of music you want.
Well, and here's a little a cheat sheet for you. I've already got some on sales coming for 2025. So,
good Lord!
Planning
if
ahead.
If you were tired of buying or going to shows this year and buying tickets, start planning next year.
Okay.
So,
Start
there you
planning.
go.
Live Nation, thank you, Trent.
Thanks, Trent.
See you next week. Thanks.
There we go. All right, thank you, Trent.
Hobo Johnson, by the way, is wonderful.
You know the.
I do know Hobo Johnson. My sister showed him to me years and years ago. And
Hi, Katie.
Hi, guys. And I'm
hi.
going to be at the Dirty Heads. So if you see me, come say hi. Other things that are going on this week, you have on Friday, Danielle Nicole Band. It's happening at the Commonwealth Room. On Saturday, the Dead South with the Builders and the Butchers over at Deer Valley. The Hollywood U2 live tribute band concert that you're going to be at, correct?
Yeah,
Gina?
Loveland Living Planet Aquarium. So the Claw at the aquarium, that's U2's Claw they toured with. So this is like their #1 tribute band is going to have a concert there on Saturday. And if you want tickets to that, you can go to lovelandlivingplanetaquarium.org.
Sweet. Friday and Saturday, of course, where I'm going to be all weekend is DOS Energy, V2's DOS Energy. I'm really excited. There's some wonderful DJs on the lineup. Subtronics, Seven Lions. You've got Bonnie and Clyde, Woolly, Virtual Riot. There are so many names. This is one of Utah's kind of biggest EDM festivals. So if you see me running around, come say hi. I'll always have my hula hoop on me as well. So other things other than me gushing about DOS Energy that I'm super excited about. The Mount Majestic Music Series over at Brighton Resort is happening. This is the last weekend that it is going on. So if you haven't been there, go catch it. It should be pretty fun. The Summer Showdown at Broadway Theater is still going on. This week it is Lost Highway versus Crash. I've never seen either of those movies.
They're both strange.
Yeah, I've heard.
Very strange.
That's what I've heard. The Draper Monster Truck event is going on Friday and Saturday. Of course, the Salt Lake Bees are playing the Las Vegas Aviators all week. Sandy's Hot Air Balloon Festival is going on.
That's fun.
It's going to be over at Storm Mountain Park in kind of the Sandy Draper area.
Where is Storm?
Storm Mountain Park. It's off of, I think, 114th. I used to do soccer practice there every week.
On the east side?
It's on the east side, yes. I want to say it's just off of 13th East.
Yeah, it's somewhat close to the mountain.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right.
So it's either 111th or 114th, 13th-ish. The Hot Wheels monster truck is also going on. It's the live glow party over at the Maverick Center on Saturday and Sunday. And this week, starting this Saturday, it is Snowbirds Oktoberfest.
Oh, really?
It is starting. Everybody get ready. Get your steins out. It's going through October. It's every weekend up at Snowbird, and it is a blast if you have never been.
Already?
Yeah. Wow. I was kind of surprised when I saw that on the schedule, too. But
it's back to school time. That's what's happening.
It's true. And then all the farmers markets. I'm not even going to mention all of them. They're all happening.
Yeah.
It'll all be on our website. You can go check it out with links there and everything. But if you're at DOS Energy, please come say hi to me if you see me, and let's have a blast. I'm super excited. I'm not going to lie. But that's it. That's all I've got for you guys this weekend. So
thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. We will take a break. We'll be back after these messages and a song, Crawling Towards the Exit. Stand by.
Hey, Fred, shut up. Come on.
We got a few minutes here.
I have a list here of 10 ingredients you don't use anymore.
All right.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people...
You know, we're talking underpants.
Yeah.
And Katie's with me on this.
Tidy whities. What?
Well, no, just so
granny panties.
The 2 underpants a day.
Really?
Because I prefer to sleep in the clean underpants. I've been wearing underpants all day long. Yeah, sleep in clean underpants.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you're working out, of course, clean underpants.
So do you have underpants that have the days on them and then morning and night? So
No.
You got your Tuesday morning and your Tuesday evening underpants?
I can keep track of my underpants. My underpants are all the same.
Really?
Exactly the same.
Oh.
I buy them in bulk. All the same.
That's right. Panties by the pound.
And I have a panty trick, by the way. Since we're talking underwear, let's
trick.
just go all the way in here.
All right. What's a panty
This is
trick?
my travel panty hack. You always, like you're on an airplane, you're going to be hours and hours between now and when you get to where you're going.
Okay.
Panty liner. Because it's like having a fresh pair of panties when you get there. And you're right, the ladies in the producer's booth are naughty, because once you get somewhere, you don't have time to take your pants off and change your panties. But if you get somewhere and you just take off that panty liner and put a new one on, it's like a new fresh pair of panties.
I'm really finding myself uncomfortable with this.
Right. Katie.
I don't.
Look.
Fresh panties implies unfresh panties, and I don't want to talk about unfresh panties.
No, there's a difference between males and females. And
yes, there is.
And the panty liner, I do this at music festivals. Yep. I do it at concerts because
it's like having a clean pair of panties.
Well, but it's also, you get sweaty down there, just like you get sweaty anywhere else when you're doing things.
See now we're straying into what I was talking about. Clean panties, that's one thing, but that implies not clean panties, and I don't want to think about that.
Well, that's how we keep them clean.
I'm a big fan of the panty liner.
I'm all about that. I'm with you, girl.
Katie.
See, it's nice to have another female around, isn't it?
If you weren't here,
I get you.
Let's have a hen party.
Panty liner.
Well, sometimes I get the menstrual cramps real hard.
He knows.
Yeah, well.
And speaking of panties.
Oh, no.
Oh, text her. This is brilliant. Why have I not thought of this?
Yeah.
So.
Big fan. Hey, could someone get a hold of our sales staff? I would like to do ad-libs for a panty liner.
Well, we don't have a sales staff.
I use a fart guard, so I guess I have a
But the changes involved in the menopause are characteristic only of womankind.
Former Price is Right producer
has
revealed what the game show does if a contestant gets a little too excited after winning a new car. Mike Richards, who worked on the series as it changed hosts from Bob Barker to Drew Carey, told People that production has a protocol in place in the event that a participant's enthusiasm incites a physical reaction. This must have happened often enough that they needed to have a plan. Although he says, when I got there, they had a system in place in case someone peed their pants.
Oh, really?
There were curtains and a blow driver and a pair of sweats on hand just in case. Although the protocol may sound silly, it's certainly better than to have to be filming somebody who peed their pants. But do people really get so excited
Yes,
that they pee their pants?
I've seen it happen in person a couple of times.
Oh, you have?
Someone so excited that they peed their pants?
or laughing so hard. And both times it's been a woman.
Yeah.
Who's laughing so hard that they actually peed. I think I just peed.
And I would just say pee before you're a contestant on The Price is Right, and then hopefully...
Or if someone says to you, listen, I've got a joke I want to tell you. Hang on a second, I have to go to the bathroom.
I'll
be right back, and then you can tell me the joke.
I imagine that because we've been to The Price is Right.
Yeah.
We've been to the studio that they film in, and it's small.
Yeah.
And you're standing in line all day.
You can't go...
I would imagine that it's a long day. I imagine they may not let you go to the bathroom.
Smart contestants have the auto john with them.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just the tube, and they can conceal it in their clothing, and so you can just go anytime.
And we're hearing from friends of the program that they're supporting me in my panty liner.
Well, I think so. So if we did ads for a panty liner, you would have the panty liner that you would have to read.
Yes, I
Oh,
would.
that's true.
It's time for the panty liner.
The liner, that's what we call those little sponsorship mentions. Those are liners. So you would have the panty liner, and you might have them all lined up. So you would have a line of panty liners.
Could we make sure that they're environmentally friendly?
Panty liners?
Yeah, so compostable.
Or compostable or sustainable or something.
Carrie, don't panty liner shame me.
I don't want that. I don't want that stuff going in the landfill.
Not
Gina.
everything can be compostable, okay?
I don't want that stuff going in the landfill. I wear compostable underpants.
Yeah.
By the time I'm done with them, they're compostable.
Yeah, they're
organic material.
They are starting to disintegrate.
That's right. I wear them and wear them and wear them.
You get your use out of it.
Julie in the chat room. I sneezed and peed yesterday. Thanks, children.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. You see, folks, you're learning more here on this show.
It's so
and again,
political,
we should apologize for the
So
political nature
Yes.
of the following or the preceding conversation.
You think Dave and Janovic are talking about this? No.
No, they're talking about something important.
Yeah.
Like
how Pete Buttigieg is to blame for this ship that crashed into the bridge.
I'll listen in and let you know.
About how CRT or DEI somehow is to blame.
I think yesterday they were talking about dating services.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Among other things. I listen to them occasionally while I'm working.
I don't.
And they're not.
I don't. Now,
it keeps me distracted. Rather than thinking about my own problems.
Cloth panty liners?
Yeah, sure.
You can rewash them?
If you are traveling, you're not good. The whole point of the panty liner is you don't end up with, dirty panties that you got to find something.
All right, stop it.
Panty liner, just throw it away.
I don't ever want to hear the words dirty panties come out of your...
It's okay to throw some things away.
I don't want to hear the words
Some
dirty
things
panties.
can go in the garbage.
Dirty panties, dirty panties.
You just said it more than I did.
Well, I can't stand it. I just... You need to... Do you wash things out in the sink when you travel?
Depends.
Have you done that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So have I.
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's...
Socks.
Mm-hmm.
Have to wash out your socks sometimes.
And now Julie is getting excuse me via text.
What?
Having children isn't necessarily required for the sneezing, peeing.
But it makes it more likely to happen. That's true.
Yeah.
All right? God.
He says, God, quit saying panties.
I believe you'd excuse us for that.
I don't have any aversion at all to washing things out. I'll wash out a suit in the
A suit.
in the sink.
Because you wear suits a
Yeah.
lot. That's,
Well, that's true.
all the times you have
I've
to
had
wear
to
a
wash.
suit.
I've got to wash out my suit.
And again, fair.
Not necessarily required. The sneeze peeing.
And again, fair.
It's no fun for anybody, whether you've had kids or not. How about that?
All right.
It's true.
Sure. All right, let's do the promo and crawl towards the exit, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Thursday's Radio from Hell show wants to poll you, poll you, that is.
Question: what's your most valuable possession? And you can't say your health.
Or your kids or your pets.
Has to be a thing, like this Thing action figure I have.
Things that are valuable at 7:45 on tomorrow's Radio from Hell show, right here on X96.
I was making an assumption that you had a thing action.
I do, but none of them are valuable. Well, no, I got Amigo that's probably worth about $40.
See, there you go.
It's not very valuable.
Trying to think of what my most valuable. I don't know.
Go home. Do do your own research.
Yeah.
Do your own.
My cars are paid for.
There you go. All right. Well, I think we're good. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Show up, be charming, then leave.
Mm-hmm.
That's me.
Artie Fuffkin is next.
These are the